Where he did it? Where? In Vietnam? Everywhere he went, he's only destroyed.
If you ain't getting what I'm spit, then it ain't made for you. Cause the truth will make you free if you obeying while you're praying for it. You get complacent, inconsistency play. Now you're entertainer, what's in the saying? Lingering statements, tantalizing but analyze, result is damnation. Television programming, jamming your concentration, scramble your information. Ramifications, glamour and haughty faces. And turn the channel for journalism investigations. The ones addressing the nation, the message they created. Suppressing media, edited and replace it with household reality shows to stay evasive, divert mind, pervert eyes from covert operation. Viacom affiliates, subsidiary Nielsen Raiders. Target our babies, demographic commercialization. While we all busting our hump, paying for phones and cable, finance our own infiltration and our own dictator.
That's why I tell them, say, anytime they can get y'all young people here, make a fool out yourself and get you incarcerated in that man's system, he already got you taken. He already know what's gonna happen to get you incarcerated. You're gonna 9 times you're gonna go gay, or you're gonna get yourself in Boston, or you're gonna get yourself and get killed. He already know what he's doing to you. Tell black man, we ain't gotta take now what belong to us, it's gonna fall to us anyway. Y'all hear me? All I need the so-called nigga to do is turn back to his God. Turn back to all our human seed with a different man.
I'm off from servitude, heard them skill, we're using the word or two. Combat your subconscious for former versions you knew. It's not prophecy, philosophy, it's artistry done properly. Only all I hear can stop me. My lummin is watching with trumpets, I'm marching excited. A quickening got me right, like Mount Sinai, thunder and lightning, watch it I die. It's sinners and tights, D, cause sit down now. Can't see the beam until I remove the mold from my eye. I've been knee deep in the gospel, now it's past my thigh. But going to waste is not the case. Yahushua's my guy. That's why I praise, because he conquered the grave. I'm confident I'll raise on the first resurrection when I die. My justification will come through how I comply in trials and tribulations. Y'all make a way to escape. Possess your soul and your patience. I pray for edification, headed to your occupation. Whether you're riding at home, earphones, I mixtaped it. 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 Behold my face in the Lord liberty. I can't manipulate reflection. My correction would deliver me. I can't let my fear grow into my misery when I have the tools to defeat it in my memory. So I calculate my steps and abide on the ship with my apostle like it's written, and get out of myself and read the pride that is hidden in my heart of the depths, and the thoughts of me quitting till there's none left. Cause I begin to build, and I won't be the mockery of these monkey niggas flocking me and get me killed and get caught on the outside where they got the blind leading the blind like driving without eyes. And you're bound to collide in the intersection. Without a shepherd and a guide, you got no direction, no strong tower, no protection, no power on the second resurrections. Why I'm pressed. Before I close my eyes, I gotta know if I should die, I wanna find rest for my soul. If I believe the word that I have heard, obey the laws that I observe, with my whole heart and sin is first, then I deserve only by the word, only by the word, only by the word, only by the word.
Why is it we don't stay consistent when it comes down to living right? Everybody here, you have to consider where you at and what you're willing to do in order to obtain the spirit. That's right. Everybody here, you can't be so willing to just throw away everything you got when you consider the way. Y'all hear me? Everybody gonna be pressured, everybody gonna be tested, everybody gonna be tried, but it'll make you after a while.
If I remember my creator in the days of my youth, then he won't forget my labor of love and the truth, and it feels like a glove. My life is a proof, I'm denouncing the thugs and the things I used to do, and it's embarrassing before the altar. And my confession that I'm sharing of the things I got away with caught me in illness. that I deal with. Now I take a pill for that and a pill for this. With no healing medicine, the bruise is incurable, but living by the word make me durable. My past inexcusable, man. Living perfect is the plan. The word will find me blameless in the sight of man. If I maintain this word, perfect picture, I can frame this. I can hold Yahuwah to his word. In his promise, I can claim it. I don't sleep well, not knowing, cause it's dangerous. Instead of going to hell, it's a chance I could change it. Before I close my eyes, I gotta know. If I should die, I wanna find rest for my soul. If I believe the word that I have heard, obey the laws that I observe, with my whole heart that sin is first, then I deserve only by the not going back. I'm not going back to Egypt, cause there were you who were freed us. We are not to return seeking, that's what our law teaches. That they evilly entreated us with bondage and beat us. Abarim, chosen people. You can have the pyramid of dead men's bones who brought dread with their throne. No looking back, misery remain kin, and that's a fact. Motion blended in with the skin till it's liver is hair, white as snow. Let you know Abarim is black. All the worship done in Egypt is idolatry. Anubis and Nefertiti belong in the garbage. With your wizards and witches, jackal head, man body. Your mythology dumb as the Greeks. We neither bow or acknowledge. We Yahudim, mother Abarim. Ha'olahim is Yahuwah and Yahusha is the Malach Kamalakim. He called his son out of Egypt, so the scripture redeemed the Galilee, cause he shall be called the Nazarene. Not a pharaoh that built cities with shackles and killed kids for radical reasons of mathematical griefs. Moshe chose to suffer affliction with his people instead of joining the pleasure of seeing four seasons. Going back to Egypt, cause there were you who were freed us. We are not to return seeking, that's what our law teaches. That they evilly entreated us with bondage and beat us. Abarim, chosen people, misery, we don't need them. I'm not going back to Egypt, cause there were you who were freed us. We are not to return seeking, that's what our law teaches. That they evilly entreated us with bondage and beat us. Abarim, chosen people, misery, we don't need them.
It's complicated. It does not even begin to describe America's relationship with Egypt. In exchange for more than $1 billion of your tax dollars a year, the land of the pharaohs has been a partner. But Egypt is also run by a man many resent as a modern-day pharaoh, clinging to power through police brutality and rigged elections, while his average subject scratches by on $6 a day.
Now the story is an allegory for seeing how Yahusha delivered us from the bunch we in. He coming again with signs of wonders under the sound of his trumpet. Woe to y'all playing with them pyramids and mummies. Yahshua y'all delivered from it, temple swept and gunning. Seven stronger evil spirits take a hold and return it. Now your soul is prepared for burning, cause it's written for a fourth time, it's meant for our learning. If your soul ain't earnest and you're trusting the chariots and the horses of Egypt, drowned in the Red Sea while Moshe led us to freedom. Ma'olahim built the Shamayim. Yahuwah, a host defeated Pharaoh's army, conquered the Mizraim, stomped the smithereens. To this day the country unstable, so people still esteem Yahuwah reputation. The Babylonians, the Greeks ain't escaping. Along with the Philistine, they all requited nations. Iraq is crumbled, Greece finances a pummel, Palestine rumbling with some Germans for land, and neither one own it. Yahuwah Hitler's got America on it, for enslaving Yahudim. I know the signs and omens. I'm not going back to Egypt, cause there were you who were freed us. We are not to return seeking, that's what our law teaches. That they evilly entreated us with bondage and beat us. Abarim, chosen people, misery, we don't need them. I'm not going back to Egypt, cause there were you who were freed us. We are not to return seeking, that's what our law teaches. That they evilly entreated us with bondage and beat us. Abarim, chosen people, misery, we don't need them.
Well, let me tell you about the goodness of Yah. Because for whatever reason, he chose me out of all my crazy family. He got me here, changed my mind, changed my heart. I'm ever so glad that he did.
He's an on-time Yah, an on-time Elohim.
I'm learning the right way to live.
And that's what he have done for me. He have saved my soul from a burning hell.
Y'all give up the praise. Our Elohim is the ancient of days. In Yahushua we establish our ways. Y'all give up the praise. Another day that Yahuwah is made. Another chance to make sure that you save. Y'all give up the praise. Our Elohim is the ancient of days. In Yahushua we establish our ways. Y'all give up the praise. Another day that Yahuwah is made. Another chance to make sure that you save. Y'all give up the praise. I praise y'all with the fruit of my lips. The sacrifice is a beautiful gift. To live right, suitable before the altar with a price. He bought you be a doer, not a talker. With faith can make you a water walker. I got my food and my raiment, that's enough. But I got a couple whips that I obtained, and that's a plus. I know how it feels maintaining riding the bus. Now I'm whipping through the storm, hydroplaning and riding plush. I'm always in the rest of the temple as I adjust from the carnal to a dungeon the spiritual. It's essential, the struggle we've been through, but still sought the kingdom first. As our credentials, my testimony is not rehearsed. I'm a product advertising the verse, but this is not for merchandising my words. Took my ministry car, this is the essence of the cipher. Yahushua in the midst of the seven congregation, turn the mic. Give up the praise. Our Elohim is the ancient of days. In Yahushua we establish our ways. Y'all give up the praise. Another day that Yahuwah is made. Another chance to make sure that you save. Y'all give up the praise. Our Elohim is the ancient of days. In Yahushua we establish our ways. Y'all give up the praise. Another day that Yahuwah is made. Another chance to make sure that you save. Y'all give up the praise.
Yahuwah's been good. Now he's blessed me with a new job. I've been working for about.
Go ahead, brother.
I've been working very hard, and he's been very good.
Yes, sir.
Very good with the word, very good with the language, and it's a blessing to be here.
Yes, sir.
It's been proven to me time and time again. Man, he everything, man.
It's real, the way of Yah. I have my reasonable portion of health. Activity of my limbs, a tongue singing spiritual hymns. Ears to hear my correction, so my life it condemn, and eyes to see direction and blossoming by the mill. My shepherd, I follow him, showing strength and weakness. Prosperity is received with meekness, and deepness the teaching in my soul. False prophets will never reach me. Only a clean vessel is gonna preach to me, not living lesser than qualified. I got my chest up and held high on the Shabbat. I gotta rest up. I tell you why I like to dress up, clean up the inside of my vessel before I get up to get down off of my best up, so y'all can bless us. Not only me, but all the rest of us, the ministers and our beloved shepherd, friend of the bridegroom. And it's designed for you to rise to this tune, for Yahushua here will ride real soon. Y'all give up the praise. Our Elohim is the ancient of days. In Yahushua we establish our ways. Y'all give up the praise. Another day that Yahuwah is made. Another chance to make sure that you save. Y'all give up the praise. Our Elohim is the ancient of days. In Yahushua we establish our ways. Y'all give up the praise. Another day that Yahuwah is made. Another chance to make sure that you save. Y'all give up the praise. Our Elohim is the ancient of days. In Yahushua we establish our ways. Y'all give up the praise. Another day that Yahuwah is made. Another chance to make sure that you save. Y'all give up the praise. Our Elohim is the ancient of days. In Yahushua we establish our ways. Y'all give up the praise. Another day that Yahuwah is made. Another chance to make sure that you save. Y'all give up the praise.
Yeah, shalom, man. What's good? It's your boy, Big Breezy. I'm rocking with my uncle one time. Y'all haven't heard that new creature? I need y'all to go listen to that, because I got Lost and Found coming out this April, the most high willing. I got some pretty nice features on there for my peoples. From Superstar Faye, Joe Gang, Jay Rich, Big Dre, Big Lee, Cookie Monster, Sweet Tea. You know what I'm saying? Just the whole family, man. You know how we doing, man. It's Kadash music, man. Ain't nothing else out there. Big Breezy.
We blasting off like Kim Jong-un. Call me Rocket Man, the dweller monk of Cobb. Lighting up with your Hootie clan. Get lit on the hill. Our aura ain't hard to see, so we ain't tipping bottles. We ain't blowing trees. They say AC, you mighty strange. We see you changing the way you glow. I'm shining bright and kush like two, no comment. Dig on what I know. Savage like Randy, you know I'm the cream of the crop. We dancing in the cosmos when you look up Yahoo Demo top. We rep that second Shamayim. Armstrong was dreaming. You say he landed on the moon. You stupid niggas dreaming. You see that bright light? That's just me beaming. A shooting could cop that leave you sinner niggas leaning. Lame preaching Sunny D. Unleash the power of the sun. Ain't nothing sweet about us. World get lit when Yahuwah come. A consuming fire. All the stubble weeds are done. Our aura shining everywhere. There ain't no place for you to run. Come up a little higher while there's some time to get it right. Step above the rest. Sitting high so they can see our light. I'm feeling virtuous. My light don't go out when it's night. Yahudim could cop. Who else gon' rise up while it's still your night? He's coming with clouds for us all. It won't be long. Watch me levitate. We outta here. Yahudi cool car. We're changing at the twinkle of our eye. It won't take long. We blasting off like some astronauts. Yahudi cool car. Now, before it's too late. Oh, wait, they ain't feeling this. Okay, I'ma kill 'em with a remix. Step up so you can walk through the pearly gates. Get the picture now, before it's too late. Oh, wait, they ain't feeling this. Okay, y'all gon' kill 'em with a remix. Dumb niggas still playing in the same game. They get stepping out, nigga, tell down the train. They see that I thought a bell would ring. Well, I gotta break these dollar niggas down, cause they need to change. Shema shut, so I stay on my grind. It's the bars like wine, they get better with time. Being cleansed with my yin detoxing the mind. I'm strong in Kadash, our aura gon' shine. Was exercising sin, man, I thought I was flexing. Had a life full of errors with no teacher to check it. All my life in the sin, I was destined to wreck it. I was headed for a throttle in the wrong direction. Till y'all took the wheel, cause my life was a trip. So I hopped out like I'm ghost riding a whip. And I took the back seat, had to change my position. Now, I'ma show these little niggas how to transition. I put sin down, confessing my fault. Shahusha's guiding my feet, now I know how to walk. To stay in this kind of bar hitting my heart. Now my chest lighting up like I'm Tony Stark. Separate sinners from Kadash, that my yin depart. Y'all's coming like a flood, I'ma stay in the ark. No water but fire, all sorrow when they see this. They see what? Yahusha killing with a remix. Step out so you can walk through the pearly gates. Get the picture now, before it's too late. Oh, wait, they ain't feeling this. Okay, I'ma kill 'em with a remix. Step out so you can walk through the pearly gates. Get the picture now, before it's too late. Oh, wait, they ain't feeling this. Okay, y'all gon' kill 'em with a remix.
You stepping out the frame was hard to picture. I couldn't see it with my eyes, it was dark and tinted. Not to mention the part from the start to finish, cause it was hard to tell a vision of a sharper image. Now my heart is in it, even rock my soul and cause my toes to stand in the parts unknown. Now I'm taught what the fathers know, so my faith is I bang with Kadash, cause I'm not alone. I got my bow, Yahushua said to carry my tool. The bar is so conducive that I'm bearing my fruit. Now the plan is to dwell in the truth, so I better improve, spreading my roots so I'll never be moved. See, I was beasting in the field like a Nebuchadnezzar. My mind was scattered, now we back to put the seven together. I was facing edges of weapons for neglecting the letters. Even rested upon the first but not the seventh and better and settled forever. I'm at the synagogue on Shabbat on my watch, trying to get to that debauch in the rock. Down the middle like Mashah as he gathering the flock to the stock, as he feeding the debar to our hearts by the rivers of Ma'im. I'm trying to get a taste, pick a place, either that or in a lake with the flames, and I hope I can escape in the day so I get to sit calm and recalm, cause it's Yah's will embrace like.
Step out so you can walk through the pearly gates. Get the picture now, before it's too late. Oh, wait, they ain't feeling this. Okay, I'ma kill 'em with a remix. Step out so you can walk through the pearly gates. Get the picture now, before it's too late. Oh, wait, they ain't feeling this. Okay, y'all gon' kill 'em with a remix. Step out so you can walk through the pearly gates. Get the picture now, before it's too late. Oh, wait, they ain't feeling this. Okay, I'ma kill him with a remix. Step up so you can walk through the pearly gates. Get the picture now before it's too late. Oh, wait, they ain't feeling this? Okay, y'all gon' kill him with a remix.
Yo, this ain't stopping.
We just pilgrims and strangers passing through on our journey, hoping one unit get to a beautiful Nakum we have never seen. A city where the maker is Elohim. Mansion living pure heart, time to live the dream. Sipping on the fruit with Yahusha, it's a muaddi. To see Yahuwah, whom the Yahudim trust. Mishpachar, Elohim will dwell among us. Pleasure, I'm a name headed to a dine. In the gun with the aura of Yahuwah shine. Stop the clock on these sinners cause it's our time. Always thinking about Jerusalem cause I'm mine. Lay it back under ox, time to retire. While they send us back, stroking in the lake of fire. Riding on the orange highway to my destination, New Jerusalem, a permanent vacation. I can 8-town stump here in hot Atlanta, or cool off in the clear waters near Tampa. Make my way down south, hit a Miami, or take a west coast tour, cities in Cali. City of brotherly love, you know I can't forget Philly. Or take a bite of that apple in New York City. See my hometown city down in that sea. But I'm not, there's only one place I wanna be. New Jerusalem, New Jerusalem, walls great and high, heaven 12 gates. New Jerusalem, New Jerusalem, this is city where Yahusha has the better place. New Jerusalem, New Jerusalem, where the Yahudim can finally be free. New Jerusalem, New Jerusalem, will Kadash forever be with all I hear.
America's not my home, this the place of my captivity. Been walking in this way too long, this place ain't meant for me. Want me to make an oath and swear on this pack that freedom is for all unless your color is black. The system is all rigged, these people are not just. Unless your color is white, well then it's just us. Listen, you need to let us go or you will see destruction. But you and your seed killing off corruption. So take me to that city that one that bear your name. Jerusalem, where Yahuwah and Yahusha reign. It's a pressing way, I'm trying to make it in. See, just like Lou, we need to flee from sin. We've been mixed with these folks for too long. We put our confidence in people that keep doing this wrong, and they won't leave us alone. These folks won't let us be. It's time to break away, it's time to be free. Come on.
I can 8-town stump here in hot Atlanta, or cool off in the clear waters near Tampa. Make my way down south, hit a Miami, or take a west coast tour, cities in Cali. City of brotherly love, you know I can't forget Philly. Or take a bite of that apple in New York City. See my hometown city down in that sea. But I'm not, there's only one place I wanna be. New Jerusalem, New Jerusalem, walls great and high, heaven 12 gates. New Jerusalem, New Jerusalem, this is city where Yahusha has the better place. New Jerusalem, New Jerusalem, where the Yahudim can finally be free. New Jerusalem, New Jerusalem, will Kadash forever be with all I hear. Walls of jasper, family's gonna look amazing. Standing firm on 12 different foundations, garnished with all manner of precious stones. And the city was like unto pure gold, like clear glass, living like royalty. Malachi Kohanim, that's how it's supposed to be. For the Sadiq and Kadash, you'll see, written in the book of life, we're the chosen peeps. In the midst of the city is Allahi, and the lamb shining bright for all to see. Know they love their aura is here to stay. Gonna be in New Jerusalem all day. You see the heart, you see where it's coming from the lamb that cleanses with his dumb. On our foreheads is written his sham, and no sinners are without in Behanam. I can 8-town stump here in hot Atlanta, or cool off in the clear waters near Tampa. Make my way down south, hit a Miami, or take a west coast tour, cities in Cali. City of brotherly love, you know I can't forget Philly. Or take a bite of that apple in New York City. See my hometown city down in that sea. But I'm not, there's only one place I wanna be. New Jerusalem, New Jerusalem, walls great and high, heaven 12 gates. New Jerusalem, New Jerusalem, this is city where Yahusha has the better place. New Jerusalem, New Jerusalem, where the Yahudim can finally be free. New Jerusalem, New Jerusalem, will Kadash forever be with all I hear. Yeah, who wanna see that city now? Who wanna be in that city now? Who wanna see New Jerusalem? Who wanna be in New Jerusalem? New Jerusalem, New Jerusalem. New Jerusalem, New Jerusalem.
Speak to Yasharal, to the Yahudim first. Y'all know what time it is. Depart from the dark where the is what I've been taught, cause I'm in struggling here and suffering. Play with these idol gods with them, they Jesus. I had put all my heart in them, he frauded me, even left a little scar in me. I'm wounded with the wound of an enemy, chastised cruelly from multitudes of iniquity, most high bruised me. I knew he was sick of me, I could battle reproach, but look, I turned from iniquity, let me cry loud. Spare not, lift up my voice to the people, but they hear not. He say the ox know his owner, the ass his master strip. Y'all should roll, don't consider my people leading with sin. Every time you look around, look Satan play them again. Keep pouring out your soul, we gon' rape you again. We all done did things we don't wanna repeat again, so let's not hold nothing in. It's getting close to the end. Now put your hands up if you are Hob Yahusha. Now put your hands down, Yara Yahuwah. Present yourself only, who called Shabur. The y'all ding know what it is, now give him all a kaboom. Put your hands up if you are Hob Yahusha. Now put your hands down, Yara Yahuwah. Present yourself only, who called Shabur. The y'all ding know what it is, now give him all a kaboom. Don't be offended by synonyms and antonyms, but be converted to the hers and the hymns. Submit your body, head, torso, and your limbs, and what's inside is unified so we can live. Just as Yahusha left out, he's coming back again, and oversaw a variety, you know what's happening there. It gon' be weeping and welling all through the streets, and the sins you don't let go of, all of them you can keep. Love, you know you don't want that man to tell you be filthy still, so do to Barasha. Now which it is, come on over on your side, you know it's real. Just turn right and go straight, you know, shift the gears, be sound in it, get you a crown fitted. This land get destroyed or prosperous, cause we in it. You know the Mount Coop is for the Kardashian, we gon' get it. America, just like Amalek, don't forget it. Now put your hands up if you are Hob Yahusha. Now put your hands down, Yara Yahuwah. Present yourself only, who called Shabur. The y'all ding know what it is, now give him all a kaboom. Put your hands up if you are Hob Yahusha. Now put your hands down, Yara Yahuwah. Present yourself only, who called Shabur. The y'all ding know what it is, now give him all a kaboom. Let me examine myself to see if I got sufficient. Don't wanna get too far, find out something missing. Gotta keep my lamp lit, bring enough oil with me to keep the path on beat. I'm sick of that hard living. I wanna turn a Kai, gotta avoid sinning. Don't wanna stick out to the system, but I'm dark skinned. Yahusha blood on me, I'm a mark nigga. I gotta do the bar and I'm a shamar quick. I'm done, help me keep my vow. You can make it official. Now put your hands up if you are Hob Yahusha. Now put your hands down, Yara Yahuwah. Present yourself only, who called Shabur. The y'all ding know what it is, now give him all a kaboom. Put your hands up if you are Hob Yahusha. Now put your hands down, Yara Yahuwah. Present yourself only, who called Shabur. The y'all ding know what it is, now give him all a kaboom. Philly's Masha Lee. Yahuwah have mercy on me, and keep your hands on me. Look, mine was in the gutter, head in the clouds, couldn't pull myself down. Off cloud 9. Excuse me off the name planet, no more taking for granted the human that you made me. Please, y'all save me, my adversaries wanna see me dead. But better said, it's me who wanna see me dead. To the mind to be led by them evil thoughts. I thought I wouldn't speak about them notes, cause people talk this. Felt like I was on the way to the grave, wet heart, plagued with unmerciful hatred. I'm afraid it would've led me straight through the gates of hell. A place where it's never a chance of escaping now. This country and other countries as well. Same song everywhere, killers, lockers in jail. Send a nigga to the penitentiary with a L. My dynasty saved me from that. Don't let me go back and know Yahuwah let me speak and ask that every true Yahoo that's gotta seek to please you and that. They keep it real to the bone and the fact that this vibe is on way too strong for the center of the vibe on. I'm who they always got their eyes on. Trying to figure out how this guy roams. See, I'm thrown so far off my rocker. Hard for these dogs, I'm way too hard for their doctors to read. Too hard to even pause or to stop on the beat. But not too hard for one of your lawyer right out of feed. Now that's alignment indeed. In the shower at that lead. See, my mind was in the gutter. Head in the clouds, couldn't pull myself down. Off cloud 9. Excuse me off the name planet, no more taking for granted the yom that you made me. I know you could've slayed me, but instead you bathed me in my aim. I'm clean for my sins, I got remission, repented for wickedness and forgiven for my iniquity. The pure Dabarim was the light I needed to get me lit. I enter this, scoping the competition, hoping the competition is more than what I done witnessed it. Not in singing or rapping or no position, but just staying focused and sure about how I'm living. I'm walking up this rocky mountain, I got to pick my feet up high. I'm digging to get a good grip so I don't slide. Forward stride, I ain't gon' lay down and die, no. Negative, as I remember the ways in which I strayed. Completed the 8, then I dropped out in the 9th grade. The crimes committed and parts that I played. And wasn't ready for life, became property of the state. Didn't think to pull out with just a free, and if I did, you couldn't hit.
Hallelujah! Oh! All right. Whew, boy, I'm tired. I had to go do a bathroom check, make sure some of the kids weren't taking a dump. But the next kid, them kids don't take it. They don't miss opportunity. They just looking for a toilet and a roll of tissue. Ain't that right? You gotta check them, Joe. They'll lock it down on you one time. Everybody all right? I'm good to be alive by the count of Yahuwah. Spraying our kite. Turn it down just a little bit, the air. Make it cooling out pretty good. Y'all all right? I don't know. I might go see that man about that number 2 myself. Anybody else need to go? Anybody else trying to hold on? Well, I tried the other day, but I held on as long as I could. I told my wife I'm coming in hot. I said, be out the way. Don't be. I open that door. Don't even be in the way. I don't even want to see you. I told him coming in hot. Man, I got it like my stomach was timing it with me. That thing knew I was in the bathroom. I said, let me turn the light on. I'm telling you why I messed up at. I did too much. I started not to put my key down. I bypassed to put the key down. My stomach said, you shouldn't have did that. I said, just keys. Not when you coming in hot. No extra stop. Safer to say, it was just one little skedaddle. You tell it now, it's gonna come out in the mud pot. But I know what to do next time I'm coming in hot. Throw them keys down. I just get them later. When I went past that door to go where I need to be going, I learned that was one step. Sometimes you can push it. Sometimes hey, any of y'all been in there jumping around trying to untie your drawstring? And for some reason, that string you pull ain't the one that released. That's the one that tied. That's the one that tied. Let me tell you what I did. I done there pulled the skin off the side of my hip one time. I couldn't get them things off. I was so tired and frustrated. I said, listen, man, I was so ashy on the side of my thigh. I said, I can't. I said, I got to get them off. I said, they got to go now. Something to be. See, this stuff people don't talk about. Folks need to talk about that. What you need to do. Ain't that right? They need to make drawstring with a button you push. And they should, all underwear need to come with diaper pads in them. Disposable. Hello? We all human. Don't try to act like y'all ain't had no mistake. Ain't nobody had no misestimated, underestimated. Thank you. I see y'all in the mail because the other people, they just hold on. Hold on, stop. First of all, they're way too, one testimony, 2 hands. All I say, everybody, how all y'all going? Y'all claim y'all ain't never made no mistake. I tell you what though, I was honest too when I did it. That's what I looked at. I said, was I honest? Was I doing everything I supposed to do? That's the only thing matter. Ain't that right? I told my wife, someone need a face. She said, you better throw them in the trash. I said, I ain't throwing my drawers in no trash. Now if I know one little marking, we gonna fix this thing. She like, I don't even want my washing machine. I said, these things gotta go somewhere. They ain't going in that garbage can. Man, walk around some home got done clean them drawers and he laying downtown, ain't got no pants on. Talking about some stupid joker throw away some good drawers. Not on me. Ain't that right? Them drawers, that was fixable. Now they had the log in them. And that log mess around, it roll and it tilt. Yeah, you gotta let it go. So I got a man, that man know about that log tilting. I ain't getting no log. I had, like, y'all have seen like a Hershey Kiss. Something like that. And it was way at the top. So I'm saying, I tried though. I was so honest. I wrote, and I made all my turns because I had one way I go. It's a bunch of curves, so I know how to lean now. If you got to go, if you don't ride the curve right, one of them curves, you'll drop your whole load right there. I'm telling you, you got to know how to ride like the roller coaster. Like, go, all right, it's going to go that way when it goes, you got to kind of lay back in like that. Because the wrong lay. And once your stomach let go, and y'all done had that your stomach, it's just like it don't want to stop. Oh, my goodness. Well, anybody that want to give him confess? I'm clean now. Okay, what about last week then? You were clean this week. What last week? Y'all let some more time come in there. You'll mess up. It'll have them out there. Ain't that right? Just make sure you're honest. Mike, when the last time you messed up this morning? Mike, I know you, Reg. You eat too much, Mike. Ain't nowhere in the world Mike ain't. Y'all believing Mike ain't made no mistake. What did he eat? That man a regular pork eater. I know that pork let your bowels go. Mike, if you had to tell, just if you had to tell, well, how long would you say it been since a mistake? Thursday? I know that don't sound right. How many of y'all believe it's been a year since Mike made a mistake? How many of y'all done seen Mike eat? And you think he done went a whole year? You tell me you ain't had one little turtle head, one little in a year. Y'all believe that? I ain't believing it either. Mike, let them know when you're ready to confess. We got the oil right over here. Yeah, come on here and see me, and you be brand new. Just come. Mike, that's good though if you don't want a whole year, which I don't believe it, but that's good if you have. Whew, it's rough out here. So if I just turn around and walk off, just mind your business. I'm just going in peace. Y'all don't like to think about y'all pastor using the bathroom? I take my picture of my shoe when I'm doing it so you have something to look at. When I came from Mexico, I dropped some Mexicans off. And I had to let them go. You can't eat all that stuff and take it with you. You gotta send it right back where it come from, isn't that right? Then again, Mexican, you can't hold on to that stuff for so long though. I'm telling you, all the ones that stink over him, the ones that take baths, I don't know what happened. They gave them a real bad image though. They give a bad image about Mexicans they met? No, it ain't like that. Don't believe them people. It ain't like that. The one that be stinking, these folks, they from somewhere else. They're not from Mexico. No, Mexico don't do that. See that? They don't let you smoke crack. They don't let you talk back to your parent. I told that man, Jahi, I had another guy. We were finna go scuba diving. Well, now, where we going? Snorkeling. And the guy gave me the goggles to put on. I said, oh. He said, what's wrong? I said, my jaw hurt. My son hit me in my jaw. He looked at me like, I pointed at Jahi. He said, how much? I said, I love Mexico. That man was pissed. I said, I can't pull. I said, my jaw hurt. I told my son hit me in my jaw. I pointed at Jahi. That guy was pissed. He was looking like, he hit you in your son hit you in your jaw? He like, how much? I like, boy, if I had my wallet right there. I told you I wasn't gonna let him kill him. He got a couple of shots off. I'd be like, hold on, stop now. We going too far. That's a joke. 3 or 4 shots enough. Yeah, you don't want him like excessive. Well, other than that, but all right. Y'all seen that video on that other guy? Got on Jahi. I told him Jahi put a hand in my face. Oh, I love that guy. I love Mexico. I just love Mexico. It just makes sense. He said the cops come on and beat the crap out of him. I said, oh, I love Mexico. Oh man, I love Jahi. I had to take Jahi back. I gotta make up some more stuff on him. I said, yeah, and my son smoked crack. He said, what the F wrong with smoke? I said, I'm loving Mexico. He let him have it too. He said, you could have cut that off. I said, would you have cut off? It'd have been me. I like to think I would. I said, shut up. No, you wouldn't. I'm finna cut this man off. This man is trying to correct you and help you be better. Ain't that right? You think I got joy out of that? Yes. But it was to help you. All right, we're gonna get ready. Whew. I'm still punting that bathroom. I think I'm gonna be all right. We'll see. Literally. All right, let's go. We appreciate that. Appreciate Mr. Yahuwah. I'll talk with y'all a little bit here. I know, come and see Layla. Well, Wednesday, Rabbi E. We was talking. We talk about Azara, aid. That's what his name is. I think help. Is it help as well? Help, aid. That he certainly did. Let's see. You turn the air down some. I hear it blowing pretty good. Who that? Who called now? Who that was? I don't blame you, Sister. She looking around like, where do you learn helpers at? I saw her. She like, where to learn helpers? Ain't that right? Well, I ain't gonna call it grandmama no helper. You know, grandmama gotta make you feel good. You know, grandmama get a little kid ain't got no leg. Baby, you just as fast as them other kids. Grandmama tell you anything make you feel bad. You can't, if your grandma tell you stuff like that, don't go race nobody else. That's trying to just get you by. They want you to get by. Isn't that right? You gotta have both your arms cut off. Baby, you just keep your hands lifted up to the Lord. Be like, Grandma just told you to cut off. Grandmama she just got that love for you like that. And they just don't want to tell you, yeah, you just slow. You know, you ain't no good. You ain't got no talent. Kind of grandmama tell their kid that? Has anybody grandmama ever told them stuff like that? They worthless. I had a friend, his grandma used to try to kill him. She had a butcher knife one time. He had to come to my house. He rolled down here, bite. I had to come outside that way where he like to come with another friend. He would laugh. I said, well, he said, man, grandma was trying to kill him with a knife. Well, you ain't better stay out here for so long, you had to go back. Take that cut. I like, when your grandmama tried to stab you, we was in elementary. Matter of fact, we was in the 5th grade. And his grandmama tried to kill him with a knife. He had to come hang out down there for a little while. Then he went back. Then somebody in his family came up dead a year later. Yeah, he was the one time, he didn't take no stuff either. We go to the office, we get in trouble, and people tell the principal, ask us, call your parent or get a paddle. He said, you can call my blanket daddy. He said, that's enough, Charles. He said, I don't give a blank. He said, Charles, that's enough. He ain't stopped at that point. He crunk, and his daddy get there, he letting his daddy have it too. They going out the door. I look at that principal like, you need to do your job. These people pay you to come here and make sure these kids are paddled. I'm in your office to do your job. Now, I will report you, because you're not calling my parents. I don't know what he think about this. To me, this was like a lack of what is when you don't do your job? Failure to do your job. Because he want to call my parents. They don't send me to school for you to call them. Y'all ain't supposed to have all that emergency phone number. Ain't no emergency we going to have. You need to call my mom and dad for what? And when I did, I always, how many of y'all had to put y'all emergency number? You always use your mama phone number. Anybody that had to do that? Who number you to put down, Lancaster? Who? Mom, that's right. I ain't even want to know my daddy's phone number. I had no reason to call my dad. If anything burned down with it, just put it out and bill it back before he get home. Don't call him. When that man go to work, that man don't go to work to have no phone. How many of y'all like that? If y'all dad, how many of y'all dad ever got a phone call at school about you? How'd that work out? Yeah, them dad don't call. They already know. They don't call them. They already know. Somebody done found my phone number. So now you're in trouble. Like, nope. What if Uncle Teddy to call Mr. Billy and told him that you were cutting up at school? That's right. Or they had a carrier pigeon, had it flew out with it. But you know how? What would have happened? They told your dad had to come to that school. That's right. Yeah, them days now they ain't nothing. That dad go to school, they sitting there, both of them get suspended. They ain't done changed. I mean, time done changed now. So kids, y'all got it's a whole better life, and that's all that talking and sit down and like punishment, like go read a book. Well, Henry Gray to give you don't want to look at no book. You need to sit somewhere, you need to try to soak and get your life back together. Who want to read a book? That man told me, go in your room, read a book. I'm like, is this a candy camera? Surely they videoing it, it's not for real. But that's just how life done changed though. Y'all look at it now, y'all don't laugh about them now because you look at it, you still in that stage where you kind of give them and getting the correction. Later on, when you get older, you'll learn to appreciate stuff like that. It is. I used to listen to my dad and my mom, they would tell me like, listen, I'm like that. So They in here laughing about getting a whipping? Like, that's crazy. But when you get older, you think back over things and look at, wow, decisions you made, stuff you felt like the end of the world, you hated them for it. Then when you get grown and you get out here and you watch how many of your friends gonna come up dead. A lot of y'all need to get this in your mind. A lot of y'all little friends gonna come up dead. A lot of y'all little friends gonna come up on drugs. Don't let it be you. Cause I'm telling you that, and somebody else telling some other kids that too, and you friends with them. You could turn around and be that very kid. Y'all got opportunity to make a real good decision and don't screw your life out. Screw your life up out here. Don't come up one of these kids, one of these stories you see on the news, kid come, kid gone, kid dead, end of it. Y'all seen that little Mexican kid got kidnapped 8 years ago? How many of y'all didn't see it? They just found him. Y'all know where he was the whole time? At home. His mother called him in missing, and she kept him right there with her. She been molesting him for 8 years. She molested him for 8 years. Told him he the daddy now, he the man. Told him he went out there and the police caught him, he was going to jail. 8 years he been tortured, being raped by his own mother. This is the kind of sick world we got. I know y'all kids, y'all lust after the life out here. You want to go out here, everybody not stable. I'm not saying everybody out in the world will do it to you. It's just a matter of, there's a certain level. Everybody needs a line you don't cross. You know what I'm saying? There needs to be a line in your life you don't cross, even as a child. It don't have to do with being saved. It has something to do with just certain things about you. I was talking about last night on the show, and it's important for people to know. I think where a lot of people failed at is when we were coming along, they taught you key component things. Respect others and their things. I never understood that when they tell you that. That's someone that'll tell you certain things. Somebody raise their hand or somebody tell, hypothetically, Jahi put his foot on me. They will immediately get him and tell him, your foot goes on the ground. Your foot don't. These are things they cut. Y'all remember stuff they would tell you that? You put your hand, say hit me, it'll get you. Keep your hands. They keep real because you start trying to set parameters for why they're kids. You teach them when other people, somebody grabs somebody else's stuff, give it back. It's not yours. Don't touch other people's stuff. Stay out of other people. Cause all these things, you start trying to teach them parameters while you're young. So as you get older, you start to understand. It keeps a lot of hostility down. Because when you put your hand on the wrong person, that's going to be the last time you're going to do it. When you put your foot on the wrong person, you're going to lose your leg. When you pick up something that don't belong to you, to belong to somebody else, somebody going to kill you. So what seems simple, I know parents might not think, you need to go back over that with your kids to teach them so when they get older, they understand the premise from what a child. Even when I write and tell her that Timothy and that from, what was it? You said when he got 21, what did he know? Which were able to do what? Unto what? Let me say this. I know it's a lot of stuff y'all want to do. Put them in summer camps. Put them and let them do a whole lot of things. This is what we need to work on. This from the adults as well. They need to understand these basic fundamental tools he gave them because it worked to him for his salvation. And if we don't go back over and constantly keep rehearsing them, just like the writings, you're going to find yourself in a lot of bad situations. So there are things we all need to learn and we need to assure ourselves on. Respecting things of others, keeping your hands to yourself, having some barriers so you learn what to stay away from and what you involve yourself with. If you don't, you're going to find yourself in a lot of hurts in life. Y'all got it? Well, I don't know. It ain't for everybody, just for those that want to do it, I guess. So let's look at this when we try to roll along. Listen, this is Romans 15:4 for those watching in. Those here, again, we're using Beth HaMashiach is the program we're using today. I can't say we'll be using it tomorrow, but today, that's what we're using. Let's see. Listen. It's color-coded, too, for those watching in, so you can see where, Sarah, you know your son the same height he was this Wednesday? Sarah, come put a check up on. I didn't find out. You just got a check, didn't you? 2. Let's go. Anybody else in your family got one? Put another check up here for ratting your dad out. He did, too. He came down there and tried to tell me. What it was you trying to tell me, Lancaster? It was something. Who remember what it was down here? What Lancaster tried to tell me? What was it? It was something you did. You had to do something. People don't get their name. When you get your name on Right Troy Mode on that wall of shame, about what is it? Yeah. What school that was? Benjamin E. Mays? What year you said was when Chris, when was Benjamin A. Mays built? You remember when it was?
I want to say 81, 82, something like that.
For whatever was written. Come on. It was something else he said. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, around about 80, 81. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, somewhere like that. Come on. I thought that school was older than that.
It was original Southwest High School, Southwest Alliance, and then they built the new school, Benjamin E. Mays. And
Southwest was different.
No, that was Southwest High School.
Southwest High School was over off Boulevard. That's a school was built into an S. You remember that was made into an S mountain? South
That
side.
was South
Everything
Side.
South
Yeah,
side.
that was South Side.
So Mays was Southwest High School?
Yes, sir.
It was a middle school.
After they built the new school.
Hold on, what happened?
When they built Benjamin E. Mays, they turned Southwest to a middle school.
Look at Malcolm looking. Malcolm look pissed. I'm with you, Malcolm. What you tired of, Malcolm? Who getting it wrong over him? Malcolm, remind me, did you have a check over in Mexico? Did you put it up here? It's time now, nigga. I just, both times I be forgetting them. There's a lot of folks. Joanna, did you put your check that time you put it? Joanna, did you put your check up here? Yeah, I thought you went. Let's get that check too. Yeah, it just make me feel better. I have all them checks in my mind. I need to get them out. Remember who all I owe checks? Who are my old checks to? So this is Romans 15:4. So y'all saw him struggling. Man, I didn't know you turned violent, Malcolm. Oh, he cool. Listen, for whatever.
Nikatab before.
Who else had a check? Dwayne, come on, Dwayne. You got a check. Come on now. Ladies call you hot. I call you come put that check up here. Where you bought that shirt from? That didn't come from Ghana. Where you bought that one from? Amazon. I ain't remember saying that in Ghana. I ain't said I liked it. I said I remember seeing it. So, Stas, do you like that shirt? You like it? Well, I give him a pass. Man, it ain't ugly like the white was. The white was pretty ugly. When he told me, the preacher want that shirt? I said, no, I don't. It's ugly. But I can see where he going with it. If I seen a dumpster right in front of it. Now you tell me something you like. If you see, like, I can see where. How many of y'all like that shirt? Let me see you. One. All y'all got checks. Oh, it done fell on me. We seen it. Every one of them paint color. We seen them. No. That man's sick. All right, listen. For whatever was
Nikatab before.
And it's important for us to look at while we use this for our foundation. Again, I always try to look at it as constructing. You need to make sure your footing's set as far as you're grounded. Just like electricity, loose is dangerous. If it's grounded, it can be beneficial. So it shows you how things work. I mean, electricity is good, but when it's loose, live wire, who grabs it? We need to get it where it's covered, where it can be protected, so it can be more useful. This is what I want to think about with us. We're pretty much like live wires, in a sense.
Right.
Unless you got the proper conductor covering over us, and we got the proper restrictions, and things are done, I mean, this one we could be beneficial. Us left to ourselves, our own devices, dangerous.
That's right. That's right.
Dangerous. Very, very dangerous. But we can see the benefit when it's properly constructed, when things are put together. And that's our goal, is trying to understand the ideal of why we're here, what we're supposed to do. Because in life, there's so many things that you can get yourself involved with, from working to so many other things. I mean, it's just almost, astronomical, the different things you can get yourself involved with. And people do, from drug use, although they'll see how many people wind up being successful from drug use. None. Yet, it's like every day somebody want to try it. They'll have an uncle, an aunt, friend, parent die from it, and all of a sudden they want to break the mold and they're going to try crack. Or now, crystal meth or something. They bring out something new so people feel like it's safe. Because the same old story going to be told about crack. And you just learn it's the same thing. They just change the name of it. Mm-hmm. It all alters the way you operate. And that's the goal, to get you not to operate the way the man constructed you. And our goal is to make sure that we're operating according to compliance. Y'all got it. He's laid down a rule. He got legislation for how men are to conduct themselves and how men are to live. And our goal is to make sure that's how we operate. Now, you have to make choices when you're here, and I appreciate the fact I'm not made to do this. I wasn't made, no spirit handcuffed me, got me, convicted me, to drag me to come here. All that happened to me some time ago was my life, presently how it was, and seeing the end of it. Making some observations and consideration of what did I want to do to alter that. Because the way I was going was a steady end to death. It was imminent death, or I was going to prison a long time. And my only alternative was life, which was him. And I had to make a decision. And that decision I made wasn't a decision I had done like every other time in my life till I made it. I broke my word. I got back out of it. I wait for the next situation to come. Then I'll do it again. I wait for the next situation to come. I do it again. I wait on the next situation. I do it again. This became heavy on me. This became so heavy on me. It still weighs on me today. Not the initial feeling I had when I came, but I'm committed to what I said I was going to do for the fact of I had said it so many times before and never stayed with it. And, you know, getting to the point of where I was, because I always looked at I was smart. And being smart, I could get out of anything. I can maneuver my way out of anything. I can con my way out of anything. I can work my way out of anything. I looked at other people making careless, stupid mistakes. And when I saw I made a careless, stupid mistake, you know, I realized I wasn't as smart as I thought I was. You know, it's some stuff I missed it, and I missed it because I was just smart like that, and I was just clever like that, and I just got away from it. You don't realize you're not. It's just time and chance. It's just time and chance. And I say that, I know my young people, watching in and young people as well as in here, a lot of things you guys are going to open yourself up to, and you're going to have to learn. It don't matter what I tell you. It don't matter what you hear. Y'all young people, you'll remember what I told you, though. You'll get caught. You'll get caught. We all do. It's life. It's life. You know, and I expressed this last night. The thing about life, you had to learn how to live it. It's certain things. It's just like a wave. You can fight it, and it can take you out, or you can learn how to ride the wave. That's the difference between a swimmer and somebody just out here striking. They'll panic. Some people learn how to use the wave. Don't fight it. Learn how to use it to your advantage. That's what you do with life. Life will take you out. And it does it. And this is something it does every day. Every day life take people out because they don't learn how to ride with the wave. And riding with the wave for me is making sure I'm trying to stay in sequence with him. I can't read every person's mind everywhere you go. I don't know what a person thought is that's riding beside me. You know what I mean? People riding down the street saying, I'll just kill myself right now. And it's like, how would you do that? Because you're going to affect a lot of other people, but they're so, you know, initial drive of taking themselves out, nobody else's matter. And these are the type of people that you young people and other people don't realize. This is what you're around every day. You're around people that it's people that walk across a bridge decide I'm going to jump. Do they think about when I jump, I'm going to land on somebody's car? Who's going to panic, or in front of somebody's car, who's going to swerve and kill somebody else who got a baby? No, I'm just worried about me. So other people don't matter. My hurt, my selfishness don't allow me to think and consider other people or the detriment I'll cause them because I'm so caught up in myself. We live in a whole world like that. And until you come into the real knowledge of self and him, you'll be one of those people you don't realize it. Because anytime we don't make the decision to do what he told us to do, that's a destructive decision. You'll be destructive to everybody around you. So it's so important for you to really consider that all of us are attached to one another. So things we do affect other people. It's like we like Siamese twins. How can one go somewhere and the other one don't go? Huh? I mean, you just joint connected. You know what I'm saying? You share some of the same feelings, some of the same mind. Although you're two different heads, you almost have to think alike. You know what I'm saying? If it's not something you think, we need to come together on it because we two people that's connected is one. So there's nothing I can do that's without you, and there's nothing you can do that don't involve me. So we have to start thinking like that, and you'll find that people become less destructive to themselves and to other people. But when you can be your own person, got your own mind, I see things my way, I see things differently than everybody else see it, that can be dangerous. because it can lead you on a bad path. So now we got an opportunity to set back, go back over this, look at our foundation, where we start at. It makes a difference. Where you start makes a difference on where you're going. I started off as a kid bank robbing. What I'm gonna do? Who see my career? College, graduate, degree. What you see me? CEO of a company. What you see me? Major in the military.
Professional criminal.
Dead or in prison. Those are the only path. Because look at where you started. So it's so important to go back and look at how we start things. We have to, let's go back and let's start it back over. Because at the end of the day, nothing else is more important than getting it right. We all have the thing of, nobody want to be shamed, nobody want to be embarrassed. Nobody want to go to Sheol if you be honest. That's more important to me than being ashamed and being embarrassed. Nobody want to be embarrassed. And you're not supposed to want to be embarrassed. Who want to be? I don't mind being embarrassed. You just talk to a mental retard. You should matter. It should matter. It should matter. So then, because of that shame, it should drive you to looking at things to do to not put yourself into a course of being shamed. That's the whole purpose of it. That was the whole purpose of Yahuwah shaming us, to put us in a situation to look at, this is not a position you want to be in. You want to be in a position where I'm showering you with things. When people see you, they can see the benefits of my working. People don't have to see my wrath poured out on you. People don't have to see my indignation on you. But for whatever the cause is, all of us are picked for different criteria or different objectives that he might have. Because people that's going to be drawn are going to be drawn through hearing the word or seeing one of you guys in here or on the other side of the camera. So some of them might see your destruction. Some of them might see your elevation. That's how it works. That's why he's a man I look at, the more I understand about him, I learn about him, the more I look at, wow, it's a lot more to him than what you think. It's a lot more pre-planned than what you might configure, what you configured or what you thought. Nothing just happened. Some might just come in through you. It never threw him. He knew what they were going to do before it happened. You know what I'm saying? Nothing's going to throw him. Everybody's doing exactly what they're supposed to do. See, those that going to hear the word he told you, even Yahushua told, he said the time was going to come when those were in the Kubah, he said they were going to hear his call, his sound. He said they were going to come. He said the time was going to come, it's going to happen. So they're not going to throw him when it happens. I'm already expecting it. When he got up and the others got up from the Kubah, from the grave, it didn't throw him. He already knew it was going to happen. So it's so important for us to look at what has he already designated to happen so you can make a decision on what are you trying to do. If he's already decided that, listen, that those that are going to be Sadat, just, he said they're going to live by Amanah. Mm-hmm. The Rosha, he's going to come and he's going to pour out his indignation on them. Everybody wrong, he's going to destroy them. He's going to burn them with unquenchable fire. So what choice do you have? If you're not a doer, then you know what to see. You know what his restitution is. If I'm a doer, then I know what I look to receive from it. So that allows me to look at maintain lane. That's what we're trying to get ourselves to understanding. What is it that he's expecting of us? What is it that we need to project? And how do we do it and be proficient at what we're doing and be effective and we stay the course? I'm a believer of this. You ain't going to be able to do it till you get some debt. You're just not going to be able to do it till you get some debt. All the young kids, I like to keep every one of y'all. I know I'm not going to be able to keep you. This is not possible because you don't feel like you have no debt. You're going to go and you're going to have to find out the hard way. I was talking to somebody earlier about that. People want to keep, all of us want to keep, I want to keep my daughter spotless, clean, everybody. It's not going to happen. People ain't going to serve them right till you get some debt.
That's right.
Like I said, you got to get somebody to hold something over your head.
Yep.
I'm just being honest. Don't listen. I know sometimes, like, how many of y'all want your past to be gone? And you ain't gonna believe it. You're not gonna believe it. And what you gonna do when your past get gone? Create another one? It because of the debt. It because of all the infractions while we here. I can't afford no more. When you fail miserably, how many times? It's like, why? It's like, why? You can only go through certain emotions so many times. You heard it sometimes you'll get women in a relationship with a man and she'll cry. But when they get down time breaking out, he said, what's wrong? You ain't crying. She said, I'm all cried out.
Yep.
I put every emotion I could put in it. I just don't have it. And now you start looking at when you crash so many times, you just ain't got the energy. You just ain't got this, you just can't do it no more because you've done it. And you run to get away from it. Let me run and get away from it so I can be new, so it can be so far behind me. This be so old, and then you get so old so you can create something new. So you need debt. That's why I'm here. I got enough debt. I got enough debt to pass around that room and I still be in debt. I'm not talking about financial debt. I'm talking about living debt. That's kind of what keeps me going. I won't ever be able to forget how much debt I got. I'll never forget the type of person it don't matter if it's 20-something years. I've done that much stuff. I can't forget it. It's just so many things I can't even fathom in my mind. I just can't even fathom doing it because it's like, you got so much stuff. It's like, can you really afford that? Can you really do that and be good? Can you do that and start? Like, I started over so many times. All I did was just tell myself something. I say, this time, I'm finna be real serious. You know, I just kept saying, listen, I'm finna buckle down. I'm finna be so serious. Mm-hmm. I wasn't. I was right back to where I was. Because I kept trying to make up, and you keep looking for it. Before you know it, you'll just keep repeating the same cycle. You just keep looking. People's like, how I keep messing up, how I keep messing up. It's just a matter of really sitting down and taking it serious. I mean, taking it serious to the fact of really looking at what this man told you and understanding Khan. Understanding Khan, because none of us deserve it. None of us. Nobody deserves this. This is something I'm giving you. Can you imagine you got a Torah, a law that he's saying, I ain't even going to judge you by it because you couldn't do it. I'll give it to you, but you couldn't do it. But the fact that he made preservation for us, or reservation for us, the fact that he said, I set up a stipulation where you can still get in. But I need you to consider that you didn't earn this. I gave it to you. That's why I have to serve him the way I do it. Because it ain't something I earned. I didn't get myself together and get it. I didn't catch on and I got it. I ain't even deserve it. He gave it to me. And now I'm stuck with this desire to push, to try to show you I appreciate what you did because I couldn't earn it. I don't deserve it. That's why I don't make the mistakes that people like try to figure out what preacher do. Preacher, I don't have no supernatural power. I don't have nothing. I just have to make decisions. And my decision come down to how many times can I go back to this man and tell that man I'm sorry? For me, I've done it way too many times. It's like sometimes it's like a man wife saying, hey, back there had guys and people, their wife tell them, listen, if you gamble again, don't even come back. Don't even come. You ever known about it like that? Why sometimes women, back in the 70s and all, men probably wouldn't crack, it would be gambling and drinking. A lot of that was big. Am I correct? And this man would gamble up when he get paid Friday, they're not gonna see him the Sunday. If he come home Saturday, he hit. When he leave back out Saturday, he coming back home walking Sunday. He ain't talking to nobody, he getting straight into bed and go to work Monday. He kept his job, he went to church. Because as soon as he get a check, he's not coming home Friday. He's cashing that check, he going straight gambling. Can you imagine she say, if you gamble again, don't come back. And when he looking, he gambling, he lost. She never told him that. You already know, why would you go back? I just told you if you do it again, don't come back. That's me. If I gamble again, I can't come back. I gambled too many times. I took too many chances. I pushed the envelope. Like I say, you gonna keep pushing. I pushed the envelope. So when you get to a point the way you've done so much, it's just like you ain't got. I just ain't got the mental. I don't have the energy. I just don't have. I just don't have it. I just don't have it. I don't want it. I mean, it's like, how long can you feel bad? How long you gonna keep beating yourself? How long you gonna keep rationalizing? Will he forgive me? Maybe he forgive me. Maybe he won't forgive me. Is this a trap? Is he just setting me up? Maybe he might cut me out later. How many times you gonna wrestle with that in your mind? So you have to really start looking at proving out for yourself where you at. I've done it. I'm on the tell you because I've done it. I've been there. I've done it. You beat yourself up. You're like, as soon as I'm gonna try, it's like if I could just take off running till I can get so far from my past to where if somebody bring it up, it's so far, it's like that don't even matter. And with him, though, he look at 1,000 years in one day. He look at you and say, it ain't been that long since you done it. What you do, he said, I respect you if it been a day. You be like, it's been a week. It's been 5,000 days. Still new to me. How you get away from a man who one day is 1,000 years? 1,000 years one day. How long we been clean? Not even a day. Not even a day. You see why it takes everything that he's doing for us and recognizing the benefit of Yahushua HaMashiach? What you do? None of us ain't. Who you know done caught a day with him? Somebody get up and stand flat-footed. I've been living right a whole day. It had to go this way. See, we wouldn't see ourselves if we could see through our righteousness. You can't see yourself. You have to look at him and what he designated right and see yourself and look at how wrong you are. And when you get just fully disgusted with yourself, you'll have enough. I'm disgusted with trying to smell lying and cheating and bamboozling and slicking his way out. And my boy ain't the people. It's bad when you lie to him. It's bad when you ask him to give you a chance and then you screw him over. After you screw him over, it's like, who you gonna be right with? Like people put in their mind, I'm better out here. Show y'all. You screw him, and I can see you doing better out there. The only person that gave their life for us, the only person that ever cared for any of us, the whole purpose that weighed out the circumstance for us, to give us the opportunity, we screw him over, but for some reason, we're better outside. Only a retard would believe that. It's not possible. The only person that wouldn't let you down, the only person that wouldn't burn you, the only person that would love us when we love ourselves, and we screw him, but for some reason, my life is so much better out there and I can see it. Why would he let my life be better? Give me the logic in why he would let that work. The only way it can work is a trap. It's a snare. It's because I need to leave you out long enough till I come back and catch you. That's why you have to sit down and do critical thinking and not let things just look as though they're just things happening. He allows things to happen for a reason. When you look to set yourself towards salvation, the only way to get us to our purest form is get us to our biggest guilt. What I need saving for if I ain't doing nothing? See, it's all about how people make. You know why the world is doing what they're doing? People don't see nothing wrong with it. Everybody doing it. It was years ago, man, you was shacking up, you come back around, old folk, them folks said, man, when they said shacking up, I always pick the shack, and it be head shacking. How many of y'all remember stuff like that? Man, when them folks say shacking up, you like, that thing like something just cut. You're like when you scratch a board with your finger, you like, oh. They be like, I ain't married. Shacking up. You're like, God, why they gotta say it like that, shacking up? I mean, they push it, make you want to go get married. Purple, you be like trying to get from up on the cloud of shacking up. But there's other things we look at. Those are things that we originally look at that people see. These are appearances. A lot of time what we'll fight for first is the appearance. So I don't want to appear to look like I'm shacking up, so I'll marry. Or I call it something else. That's so we can try to make the appearance for the outer. It's still an inner man that's got to be suited. That inner man got to be met. He got to be he's got to be consoled. You know, the whole time when we growing up, when we doing things, the inner man is never even considered. How many of y'all even considered when you was a teenager kid there was an inner person? Early adult. How many? You what age? What age you were? Come on. Y'all good with that? This man was, look how Jerry looking at you. Jerry, tell him where his mind was. In a gutter. What? You hear that man? He was 4 years old when he considered there was an inner man. You believe that? I can tell you. Hold on. Let's do it before you put that up there. Let's do this. Let's do this so we can be fair. All right, let's be fair. First of all, none of us except for one of us in here are white. So now we're only speaking from what perspective?
Time out. Two white.
Let me get to that. That's what I'm saying. I'm talking about for me. And for the other people that are colored and Hispanic, we can't speak from a white perspective. Am I correct? We can't. So what we're going to do is ask another Caucasian person, could this Caucasian man have figured that there was an inner man working inside of himself at the age of 4? Mr. Caucasian Justice, who I had known, never met, and this is the first time we're talking. He said he could. This other Caucasian Justice, who we never met before, said he can't remember 4 years old.
What they got to do with this white man?
Put that check up there. That's why that white man ain't getting a check and this one getting one. Chris, how many checks exactly do you have? So you know what you have? You have checks in both races.
That's true. No, them nigga checks.
How many white checks you got?
No white checks.
No white checks. That is sick. I just want to tell y'all that is sick. So, in saying all this, our goal is to get to understand ourselves. I asked you guys before to look in the mirror and get a real deep look at yourself. Look inside your eyes. I want you to just do it. Just get to the mirror. Just look at yourself. Typically when we look at ourselves, we look at ourselves for eyelash, if a hair out of the way, if it's a hair in our nose, if something. You're only looking at what's superficial, outside structure. I want you to look on the inside. Just look at them, just look inside your eyes and look and notice things you didn't notice. It's something on the inside of us that we've never taken care of. Because we've always just looked at that person we see in the mirror. That person that we see in the mirror is clothing the real person that's on the inner side. And that person has never really been met or cultivated. Because we've been working to fix the outside, whether it's exercising or whether it's putting on certain fashion, whether it's going certain places, whether it's listening to certain things or eating certain things. We really hadn't involved the inner man to consider the inner man. And you know how the inner man is fed is by the less feeding we give to the outer man. When you start to give attention to that inner man, looking at, this is going to go back to dust. What's on the inside ain't going to ever die. It's going to have to come up and it's going to have to meet mosh pot, which is judgment, which means I'm going to have to see this man for myself. And I'm going to see him for who he is. And this man is going to make a decision on whether or not I live or I die. Living will be with him in Shalom. Dying will be in Sheol, where I will burn for a long, long time. So I have to make decisions while I'm here. Now, you can't base your decision on other people's decisions. That's why I'm done with fighting with people about religion. That makes no sense at the point where I'm at. Whatever a person believes, that's what you believe. Don't ask, preacher, they believe, and that will have what to do with me. Let me be honest with everybody, which is where I'm at. We spent a lot of time and we spend time trying to convince other people of other things. The real person needs to be convinced is us. People gonna make their own decisions, whether good or bad. And I don't have the energy or time, and I'm not gonna exert myself over to fight with somebody about something that you wanna do. At the end of the day, these are choices. Wrong choices will land you in a grave or in a prison or homeless or whatever it is. I can't afford to make those choices. And I'm not the person that's delegated to make people do right, neither are you. The biggest thing we can do is make sure we secure our own salvation. That's it. That's all we can do. Look, there are a lot of religions. There's Islam, there's Jehovah's Witness, there's all forms of Christianity, there's Hinduism, there's Buddhism, there's Scientology. Listen, they're out here because people choose to believe whatever they want to believe. I choose to I want someone that has a foresight and that also can tell me what's behind me. I need to know that. Because I'm going to be inquisitive, not only about things in front of me, but what happened before I got here. That's what I'm banking my salvation on, my life living is based upon me believing in someone I physically cannot see, but based upon the records and what he's declared, I see all the operations happening. Everything, listen, he was the only one told me the signs toward the end were gonna be wars. How would they know they're gonna be this? Why can say it's gonna be a good time and we're gonna put everything he told me, he said we're gonna be earthquakes. Well, pestilence. What is this COVID, these other diseases? He told us toward the end, he said, listen, all these gonna be signs. He said, and because Kataim, iniquity will go into abound, get more and more, he said a horrible minute gonna wax cold. They just had, I think, one guy just went in and killed everybody in his family? He went in and killed everybody in his family. Went in the house, just kill everybody. What would make a man go home and kill everybody in the house, kids and wife? It don't wax cold. Ain't nothing in my heart for you. Ain't nothing in my heart. Ain't nothing in your heart for me. That's where we at. He said, because you're going to continue to keep doing things that go against. It goes against. And I'm going to show you my way is right. I don't know what people need to see. Everything he told us is working. Listen, people might say, well, people here be screwing up at the Way of Yah. Do this. Show me my screw up. You ain't going to believe it. It worked for me. It'll work if you want it to work. He ain't sending nobody with me to hold me back, talk in my ear, handcuff me, and read no writings to me. When I go out of here, I got choices I got to make. That's all it is. Son, you heard the word. Make a choice. Start letting people make y'all think that this man going to send something and tie your hands and empty stuff out your refrigerator. Not at all. Dawood said, I hid it in my heart, that I might not qatar against it. That's why it's got to be kept somewhere sacred. It got to be kept somewhere where you always got to remember, my first commitment ain't to y'all, my wife or my kid. My first commitment to him. When I made my league with him, none of you guys were there. My wife or my kids. This was something I had to make up for myself. I put myself in a place to where ain't nowhere else I could go. I was pinned in a corner. It was nowhere else I could go. And I know you say, I heard it. But sometimes you have to go back over so people can secure themselves and realize what you got to do. It's no special power. Ain't no sprinkling no dust. Ain't no whatever you're going to do. I ain't getting no dirt off no ground and throwing the air on my head. Ain't tear up my clothes or nothing else. I just realized I had burned every bridge I had with him. I didn't have a choice. I was going to have to get this right. I looked at, as you done lied as much as you can, you've been caught. What you gonna lie about now? I said, when you've been pent down in your every life, what you finna lie about now? Like I can't, I just gotta get it right. I made my contingent on my death. If I couldn't do it, I didn't wanna live. That's how bad I become and how bad I hated myself. I ain't want, if I can't do it, let me go on to the world. And that wasn't mine. Because I gave myself, what it is, if I can't do this, Lord, just let me go on in the world and live the rest of my life out there and have up a bunch of fun and drink and all and don't get sick. Are you serious? Are you serious? Mine was, I told him years ago, on my wife, I got him and I told him one night, I said, I asked him if I couldn't live right to let me die. How bad your life got to be? How bad your life got to be, you ask that? Go figure. You can keep living, you keep stacking up stuff against yourself. After a while, you realize, he said, you know what to do. What, mine is going to get up and walk out. That's not the agreement we made. You can't do it, you're supposed to die. That's why I've been here all these years. He was showing me, you can do it. It's all about what you want to do. I wanted him to help me. I want him to, like I said, hold my hand. Don't let me sin. Don't let me see nothing I ain't supposed to see. Don't let me touch nothing I ain't supposed to touch. Look at that. And what you gonna be doing? And what you gonna be doing? Because you want me to do a whole, you don't think about when you're asking. I mean, the man ain't gonna have time to do nothing else. He gonna be too big because I'm always looking at something. I'm always trying to touch something. So now you look at, you want me to stay with you and don't let you touch nothing. So what you gonna be doing? Why are you trying to touch it? Why are you trying to do it? See, everybody keep looking for him to do something. He's already done it. I've given you guys this opportunity. I've given you the knowledge. I've given you the knowledge to learn how to overcome it by not yielding yourself to. Listen, a yielding. Are y'all familiar with that? A yielding? What is a yielding? No, yielding. A who? What you say? Caution? No, you thinking yield. I'm talking about a yielding when something like a plant or fruit, when it starts to break out, call it young, when it breaks out, it comes out from it. You're not supposed to yield yourself to kataim. You're not supposed to allow it to come out from you. There's a lot of things happen with that. And typically how when you see a tree or you see a plant and it give out fruit or parine plural, how does that start? So we say it louder. A seed. That's why you gotta be careful what you let people plant around you. You gotta be careful what you let fall in you. That's what a seed does. All you gotta do is fall in the right place. It'll take root. That's it. When he sent Jeremiah, who they called Jeremiah, you know what he told him to do? Wonder why he wanted to root up. Because there was already some stuff there. First thing he wanted to do, I want you to root up. And then he wanted to do what else? What he tearing down? Some stuff that finna be put up. You already got it. He said, tear it down. I want you to root it up and I want you to tear it down. Then I want you to plant. And I want you to build. So you know what we try to do? I'm just going to build on top of it. Bad decision. When you build on top of it, you can't build on top of katayin. It's going to come down. No matter how long it is, it's going to come down. That's why I start with a foundation. I want to make sure I don't build wrong. The only way to build properly is to make sure I do it the same way he did. Go back to whatever was put up before. That was only written to teach me, to show me. When I go back and I read different episodes of happening, that's so I realize if he did it to them, what you think I'd do to you? If I cut a man off who only had one chance, what you think I'd do with you and your 20,000? I cut a man off one time, he yearly did something. This man had no idea I'd come for him like that. And I only cut this man down in his one time of him doing something. So when you sit around and you done got 15 gazillion time with me, where you think you at? Then you will fear me. You should fear me and you should consider that your time is shortened with me. That you don't know when I'm coming back to get you. If I cut that person off in their strength for one time, you've done it how many times? Then you can't afford to mess up with me, can you? You should be one of my best workers. Because you understand that now. Think about it. You ain't done nothing. You only did it one time, then, okay. I mean, it ain't like I did a whole bunch of times. I did it one time. How many times have we messed up? Give me somebody, how many of y'all done messed up him before? All right, give me a number. Give me a roundabout number. What you do with that? Adam, how many times? We sure? That one is 16 times? How we know that one is 5 times, 5th time? And he repented and did what? He never made it back. So since we way over one time, how we ought to serve? Fear and trembling. Fear and trembling for the fact that all we can consider, how you let me when he didn't. Let's go with them and Yasharal. First time we learned, he started counting. How many times they had? We sure it's not 11. Are we positive they didn't mess up 12? How many of y'all in here only messed up 12 times? How many of y'all messed up around 12? Let me see the hands of everybody messed up, folks. Leave your hand up when I hit your number. When I hit your number. 10, 11, 8, that kind of throwed us off. Well, put them down. I just make sure I got it. If I call your number, let's do that. How many of y'all messed up 8 times? When I call these numbers, that's only 8. How many of y'all only messed up 20? How many of y'all only messed up about 40 times? 37. 50. Am I getting close to anybody? Anybody, am I getting close? Explain to me how Yasharal got cut off in 10 times. 10. And he said, I swore in my wrath, they'll never enter my rest. 10. So let me get this straight. When Yasharal come into Mashpat, judgment, and they look at where they going for, and you did how many times? How you think they looking at you? How you think they looking at us? I messed up exactly 10 times. I know, they know their number, 10. And they looking at, he swore that they were never going to enter into his rest. How many times did you mess up? Somebody give me a proximity number, approximate. I can't get one, I'll be honest, I'll be lying. Somebody give me an approximate number, a roundabout number, a close to number? What we gonna do with that? If you make it in and you watch these people get cut off for 10 times, what you do with that? That's called con. That's what conceded favor is. Because I counted it to you. Just like I counted 10 to them. But I counted to you that I was gonna spare you. Because I just knew that you would be indebted to me. I just knew you would have harmed me. When you sat back and looked at all the people I cut off that I wouldn't give a chance, that sought me with tears. People who were willing to give me everything they had, and I wouldn't take it. But when I gave you this opportunity, I just knew you would have harmed me. That's why it's called favor. Concede. You couldn't earn it. Ain't a number. Thank God I ain't mess up that one more time. Are you serious? You've been over the number. Had nothing to do with your thinking. That's what concede is. I favored you. That's why we should serve him better. See, what a lot of people do is take it to, well, since, he gave me favor, that's more of a rationality for me to keep messing up, because after all, I can't earn it by works anyway. See, this is called the stupidity. It don't drive me to say, I have an opportunity to go do. I look at, I can't afford nothing else. I just literally cannot afford anything else. Especially when I'm looking at people he cut off at one time and 10 times, and I'm nowhere in the county. Are y'all following me? Is it making sense to y'all? That's why you understand why you're him. See, a lot of times we came in, we looked at, yeah, I got a debt, but you didn't understand your debt. So when we go back and we read and we look at these other people, you start looking at, wow, that was a good thing I wasn't born back then. Because no doubt, you'll be one of the people that we'd have been reading of that's encouraging us not to do what you did. Instead, he let us learn from other people's mistakes. Do y'all understand that in order for us to understand concede, favor, was watching him cut people off, and we can look, you say, it's a little extreme. But he said, but then it's my book, it's my word. And they rejected it. So I did what I said I was gonna do, I cut them off. And then we come along and we screw up and you read it, you say, is he gonna cut me off? Now you gotta work to make sure you don't. Now you gotta put everything behind it, make sure I gotta try to show him that I'm appreciative. Cause if I do something else, it's like I just took it in vain. It's like I just took it and made mockery of it. An opportunity that you don't even give people, that you cut people off and you say, I can't go back on my word. Do y'all understand those people, he couldn't go back on his word? Just like he can't go back on his word, I gave you something by favor. He couldn't do it. You start to appreciate things when you really start. I know I laugh and talk with y'all, but make no mistake, I'm not an idiot. This way that we got to walk, we got to halak, you got to have understanding. When he told us about talking about you and to your beneath your children, we don't do it. I know we don't do it, but you need to. They need to understand before they become adults like us and make decisions we make, and our kids be like some of them. 1 time, 2 times, 10 times, and he cut them off. Whatever the purpose of us talking to them about it. That's the purpose of us going back over it with them. Because there's going to be a tutor doctor that's not going to do it. And he said, I'm going to cut them off. And you won't be able to, you can cry and blame him, but he's going to look at, did you do what I told you to do with them? That you were supposed to bring them up in the nurture and admonition? That you were supposed to talk about it with them? Well, I figured when we went to service, I didn't say nothing about when they went to service. I told you what you were supposed to do. Listen, kids are going to make decisions. All we're trying to do is make sure we gave you the right information. So you make your decision. You be good with how it go now. Be good with the whole thing. Don't be good with part of it. Don't be good when things working. Be good when things go bad. Be good when he cut everything off around you. Because that's his restitution. When you make a decision to turn your back on Yahuwah, you made a bad decision. And you got to be ready to go with everything that go along with it. If it's a case of AIDS, if you lose your eyes, you go crippled, arm get cut off, you get shot, you get locked up in prison, you lose everything you got. That's what comes to people that turn their back on Yahuwah. So you just have to be good. I really ain't walk out that door. I ain't good, what's going to happen? I got legs, I ain't good, what's going to happen? Ain't no food, what's going to happen? I'm going to go out there and do well and do what? How long they going to work? I still got to die. I still got more time of aging, and that means, and I got to see him. And when you do, you got to get restitution for everything you done, every decision you done made. It ain't worth it. I suffered enough. I have suffered enough at the hands of my stupidity for me to go and ask someone that just be downright dumb and stupid. Come on, finish this up so I can get finished. Come on. For whatever.
Nikatab before
was
Nikatab Talamidas.
The teachers show us instructors.
So that through endurance,
going through without quitting,
and through the Nakum of the Ketubim,
comfort of the writings,
we might have Tikva.
Give me right quick, Aleph Yukanan 2 and 1. They call it John. 1 John, Aleph Yukanan. Listen to the book.
My little Benin, behold, I am Katab these things to you, so that you may not Kata.
So I write these things to you for what reason?
So that you may not Kata.
So you won't commit sin. I wrote this to you. He said I put a little angel in your lunch this morning. For what reason? What reason he gave a little angel? Or put a little bird in your ear? So he can remind you of what? And what? So that's Nikatab was written. So he wrote this. He katab this. For what reason?
That you may not kata.
That's the purpose of Romans 15 and 4. So we wouldn't sin. He was hoping that if we went back and look at what happened before, that would be your encouragement to not commit sin. So now we got Yukanan coming on saying, my little Benin, I done wrote to you this so you won't sin. What happened, son?
And if any ish kata,
tell them what happened.
We have an advocate with the Abba.
An advocate is one that fights in the favor of. That's the only reason we're him. See, he had an out. So when he wrote this, he had in mind, I'm writing this because I'm trying to keep him from sinning. But everybody ain't at the same level. I'm talking to kids. I'm talking to children. But if any of them do, I want to let them know that he already put some pre-planning in him for us. That we have an advocate, somebody that fights in the favor of. Listen.
Yahushua HaMashiach, the Siddiq.
See that? Listen.
And he is.
So he's the first child advocate. And he is
the kafar of our kataim.
I think they put down the perpetuation in James' version. So he just told you the kafar, he's the offering for. Perpetuation would be the gain or the regain. To the Goyim, which are the other nations, he would be a gain. He cannot be a gain to Yehudi, to the Yahudim, or to Yasharal. he will be a regain, because this is something we had before. So that's why they use the terminology of perpetuation, which will be the gain or the regain. Remember, he's talking to a group of people, and he's referring to them as children. I'm giving children instructions, but I'm also letting them know if one of them did, because of their youth, a lack of knowledge or experience, that there's an advocate, someone to fight in the favor of. Now he's letting us know that he was our offering by being our kafar. But James told us that he was a gain or a regain to us. Listen.
And not for our kataim only,
but
also for the kataim of the whole alam.
Wow. And which would make sense based off of what? That statement, hands, hands, hands. Tell me what we got on, what you got? What does it say? Come put that check on the board. You forgot he said he sold Ahab the alarm. I know it. But you was on the right path, don't you? You just, hey, guess what? And I had that mark if any man got it wrong. And that right? See, I already had the perpetuation up here. Isn't that right? See, and you gained a check and regained one. Right? You got both of them in there. But no, that's right. Elohim sold Ahab the alarm, which makes sense. That's why he said you can't leave it to just us. It's also for the kataim of the whole alarm. See, the problem why the alarm doesn't recognize it, because I'm going to start with myself. We hadn't made it inviting enough for people to look at it that way.
Right. That's true.
With religion has taken the word to fight their proof of right at each other versus let's just put down facts. Let's not make it about each other. Let's just put down the facts. What did he say? What did he do? What was his intent for us? That's not a fight. Well, I don't see that. I see all those back naked and drinking. Look, that's where you at. You're not, because you're looking from a different perspective. Listen, for me, I looked at where I was and still at, I'm at a point of death. And when you're at a point of death, the only thing you start choking right now and see if you start thinking about your car and your watch. You sit right now, you can't breathe. What you thinking about? Making sure my clothes neat. Man, you start getting hot. You panicking. Whatever I need to do to breathe. Somebody saying, calm down, be still. I can't breathe. You can't tell me nothing. That's how you got to be when people trying to encourage you to commit kata. I don't hear anything you're saying right now because of my situation. So this is how we got to look at it. We fought so hard and long at people to run down other people. Listen, every man work going to be made manifest. Every man work going to be made manifest what sort it's of. Nobody going to get by. And by the time you get through fighting, the folk that love you for fighting, they won't love you when you're teaching. They want to keep hearing fighting. At some point, you got to sit down and start considering your soul. Your inner man dying. Why you wasting time hating and fighting people? Where you at spiritually?
That's right. That's right.
And then where's your understanding? That means I wrote a letter to you not to commit katab. Not to commit katab. Sin. But if any man do it, he said we have an advocate.
Yes, sir.
He said not just for us, it's for the whole alarm. We
That's
know
right.
what. We look at this. Coming to the knowledge of being his people, being Yasharal Yehuda. F everybody else. That's pretty much where it put us off on. I apologize. You ain't gonna believe where we were before we came to that knowledge.
Where they are.
We were the F everybody else people.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's what religion teaches you to do, to fight and hate and kill so much time. Why don't you just get to understand, make sure you got it right.
That's right.
Anybody gonna be saved, they'll come to it.
That's right.
If you got a knowledge, you got a desire to be saved, you will come. If you ain't, you're gonna do what you're doing anyway.
That's right. That's right.
If you're willing to gamble with your life and take a chance on, I see something else. Listen, you got to be good with it when you lay down. You got to be good with it when you get up. Listen, I don't wrestle on sleeping. I don't wrestle getting up thinking, oh, what's going on? I don't know. It's so much stuff. It's so many religions. I can't say what's right. All you got to do is sit down and pat him out. Even the writer told him in the 6th chapter of the book of Jeremiah, 6 and 16, he told you to stay in the Darakim. That's not in no way. That's in all of them. And he said, and see. He didn't tell me to go nowhere. And look. Appearance, take knowledge of them. He said, as for the ancient.
That's right.
Which one the oldest one you got? That's why I'm with this. We ain't got nothing older than that.
Right, right.
All the other people religion. I don't watch these people. These people ain't got none of that stuff. Give me dates and time periods when you got this stuff.
That's right.
All I want to know is this. What were people doing before that? You got an 1,800-year-old religion. So you tell me the word 1,800 years old? You tell me man existed for approximately 4,000 years with nothing until this came? Are you serious? Direction didn't come but 1,800 years later? Stop it. Just stop it. It made sense when he put man here. He gave man the narrative then. He gave man his instruction from the time he got him.
Come on.
I ain't waiting to catch you. It's too late.
Yep.
I'm going to try to, how old are you, Ken? 30, I'm going to whip it behind and teach him how to obey me. What's the problem? I'm going to let man run for 4,000 years and come back and throw some direction now about 1,800 years later. Too late. Too late. You don't let us run too long.
That's right.
Man know what he need to do. Man don't want to do it.
That's right.
The more and that's why he told, if these sinners try to entice you, I don't consider these people.
That's right.
You can't listen to these people. I don't have time to listen to these people, man. Listen, I know how to screw up. I don't need no information on how to screw up. That's wasting my time. I'm reading this book about how to screw up. I wrote it.
That's right.
That nigga lying. Who had the author? He lying. I wrote that book. Mm-hmm. I like that joke like Nicky Barnes said about Frank Lucas. He seen that movie. He said, what? He said, Frank looking too stupid. He said, that movie about me. He said, man ain't did all that. Nigga Barnes done made Time magazine. He said, man too stupid to wrote that. Talking about he done did all that stuff. Just stop it. I'm so sick of these lying drug dealers. I had $300-something million. I was finished stop. Yeah, I did too yesterday. Stop lying. $300-something million go down to $20. Just stop it. You gotta just stop. These folks tell more lies. Them movies be cute though. Walk out here and shoot a man in broad daylight in the head. Everybody see you. Then go sit in the restaurant and finish eat my breakfast. Don't that make sense, Uncle Ted? Broad daylight, everybody, pow, then put $20 in a glass, go sit down and finish eat my, no police, no eyewitnesses. People quit being stupid. I watch these movies, I just laugh at them. I laugh in the face of danger. Like Simba did. There's no time with that foolishness. They believe in it. I know it was crime when you watched it. Don't watch, listen, they show you them movies to make a fool out you. You watch these folks learn the truth about it, they just liars. Come on. About like Puff Daddy, come and hit Daddy with Frank Lucas. I don't believe none of this stuff these folks be talking. And he just finding out when you found out. Just stop it. Man, he a flaming homosexual.
Mm-hmm.
Come on. Listen.
And in this we know that we know him.
Did what he said now. And what happened?
In this we know.
What we know?
That we know him.
That we know him. How?
If we keep his commandments.
What did he say? Come on.
The one who says, I know him, and does not keep his commandments, he has anything false, and the amat is not in him.
That's how you learn how we identify whether we know him or not. If we do what he say. That's what he told about us being his companion. He said, if you do whatever I tell you. Mm-hmm. That's what he said. If you do whatever I tell you. So you want to find out where you at with him. Just find out right now. He said, hereby we do know that we know him if we keep his among. He that said he know him and don't keep it. Basically, he's nothing but a liar. He said, the mind ain't even in you. He said, that's how you'll be able to distinguish out who know him and who don't. So it don't matter how loud you can beat drum, what you can sing, or if you can rap, or you can play a guitar or a keyboard, or if you can squall. He said, if you can keep his commandment. He said, that's who know him. See, these are the things that people don't want to sit down and look at. People looking for gifts and other things they can try to show off to try to show they know him. I don't need none of them. All I got to do is just do what he told me. He said, that's who know him.
That's right.
That's it. See, that's why now, this is what you look at. He told you, I wrote this to you. For what reason now? So now I want to know how I know he ain't sinning.
Keep his commandments.
That's why I was going to know it. He said, well, what he told you to do? He told me, such. You doing it? Yeah. I got that. Then you know him. See, that's the whole purpose of us being able to identify and understand. There are a lot of things that we started looking at. We were told a lot of things we had to sit down and start putting together, realize, and then it all come down to choices we make. That's the thing I appreciate about the way. I did. I wanted him to be with me. I'd have liked for him to lock that refrigerator door and not let me open and get another bill. I'd like for him to throw my marijuana in the trash. I'd have liked for him to just took away the urge to fornicate. But he looked at that point, I wouldn't really understand how important it was that I had a part in it. I needed to get the feel. I needed to understand where I was. I needed to understand where I was going if I continued. So this became a matter of will. I want to be saved. I cried it. I prayed it. But we need to see the proof of it. The proof of it was a matter of, let's see if you'll do what I told you. That's the only way you're going to know. See, it's a lot of stuff that you're going to fight with, and you're going to ask yourself, and you're going to look at. Some of y'all, I'm sure you do it. Want to know if this the right way. I know it ain't some other way, because all these people out here, and with all these people out here, how one way right. And that's because you kind of looking to go do something else. That's you looking at something else. The whole thing is about this. The word is here for everybody. And the opportunity for salvation, just like he just said, he could have just said Yasharal and Yehuda, but he didn't. He said, not only for us, it's for the whole along. Think about it. When you really look at it, what kind of Elohim would he be to make everybody and only just pick one little group of people? By color. When you got all these different, who made all these colors? Think about it. For a lot of the Hebrew Israelites, white people can't be saved. And you know, everybody know white people made themselves. Chinese people made themselves. Black people, the only people Elohim made. You know how retarded you sound? That man made everybody. Now, there was a particular people that he made that he favored. And you know what that would cause other people to do? Who knows? I heard it. Emulation, jealousy. That's right. It was supposed to make them to desire that Elohim. Now, we lost it. And he looked at the way to get them. One way they would be grafted in, if they came and they sojourned, stayed among us. And they kept every ritual, every rite that he gave us. He said, y'all the same people. Then he gave an opportunity to say, well, everybody can't get to him. Then I'll let these people fall. And when they fall, I'll be able to recover some other people. I'll replace them with another people. And when I replace them with another people, the people I had at the first, they'll come back and they'll consider. Now they'll really love me. Because they'll look at, we took for granted what we had. We took it for granted. That's the truth. The Abbas took it for granted. Listen, they raised kids that they told about the way. They told them what happened in Mizraim. They told them how they came out of Mizraim. They told them about all the works and signs and wonders. And those kids stayed in their fear. But eventually they had kids. And man, I haven't heard that junk here since my granddad and great-granddad have been saying that stuff. How long you heard the Uncle Ted? My Lord, won't be long. Lord, soon be coming back here. How many times? So after a while, it don't seem as authentic because you've been hearing it so long. So he needed the people he needed to cast out. It was intended for, listen, our fall was intended. It was intended. And when we failed and we found ourselves dispersed and scattered, and how you recover it? How many of y'all have dropped the glass before, dropped the glass? How many of y'all tried to catch that glass before it fall or something? And it fell and you picked it up. What you say? Did you get and try to glue it back together?
No.
What you do with it?
Throw it away.
Guess what? That's how they felt like, just getting thrown away. They would throw it away. We looked like we were so broken up. How are we going to be put back together? It seemed almost sensitive, but he realized I did it for a reason. Now we look back at how he favored those people. Look at, well, man, I used to have that. That used to be me. And we looked at what do we need to do to get back to that estate. At the same time, it gave another people opportunity to consider what we had. And look, that man, I don't want to mess this up. So look, I'm not going to reject the people that came and took it now. I'm just going to give you an opportunity to come back. So your fall opened up a door for other people. It don't make sense that he gave him for the alarm, and I only say Yehuda and Yasharal, just black people, we quote unquote call them. Y'all understand that? It doesn't logically make sense to call that fair. Not when I taught you to be fair. Not when I taught you to be impartial, regardless of whether it was your own or a stranger. Why would I care about a stranger? I told you how to treat a stranger. And I told you why. Because you was a stranger. Why would I care about them since I'm only going to save you? because I'm not only going to save you. I gave it to you first, but your fall was coming. And by your fall, they were going to get an opportunity for other people to get in. And then I gave a chance for reconciliation. That's what we told about perpetuation. Gain, first time. Regain. You had them before, but you lost it. So guess what? I got 2 sets of people that I made one people, and all of them grateful to me. One grateful for the fact that, man, I ain't never had this before. I was so glad to get it. I ain't going to mess it up. Another group of people, I had it before and lost it. I thought I wasn't going to make it back, but I made it back. Now he got 2 people indebted to him. One of them, they couldn't see themselves getting it because they weren't the people. So I made a people fall for them to get it. The people that failed, that got put away, can't see themselves being recovered because they're looking at how many people he never recovered back, but then he recovered them. I make them all one people. You got to be all of him to understand that.
That's right.
See, my young people, I talk to y'all a lot of times about stuff because I know the word persuasive, and it look good. Austin told me, he said, you be telling them stories, you think them stories are discouraging them? It more or less encourages them, make them want to go. It's not intended to. I appreciate what he said about it. I try to be honest with y'all because I want you to know the truth. And the decisions you guys make will be your decisions alone. Because you'll eventually get to an age where, hey, nobody can't tell you nothing, you grown. And you know what you're going to find out when you go to jail? You grown and you're going to do what they tell you.
That's right. Yes, sir.
You're going to be real grown and you're going to do everything they tell you.
That's right.
Everything they tell you. And you don't, you're going to take a real good beat down to it. So you're going to learn. It don't matter about being, I know a lot of y'all, I can't wait to get grown. Nobody tell me what to do. That don't exist. You're going to go down some streets and people going to tell you to stop. And you got to wait for some more people to come by. And you're going to be grown too.
Yep.
And you're going to be real grown. Hey, y'all done seen that before? Stop and wait. You try to, don't go nowhere. You grown too.
Yep.
Don't get out your mind. I get grown about it. We had that same, didn't we have that same stupid mind?
Yes, sir.
When I get grown about it, that don't exist. When you get grown, you still going to have to obey somebody.
That's right.
Get kidnapped and be grown. And see, they say, oh, I didn't mean to grin up kidnap you. You grown. You're going to do what they're going to tell you. They come there to rob you, a robber plays you in there, be grown. Tell them you grown, you ain't getting robbed. And you're going to find out how they're going to work out. Life don't consist of just doing what you want to do. There's some things he allots to us, but you still got rules and regulations. Y'all got it? Come on, let's see what he said on this. So I got something to just show y'all. Listen.
But whoever keeps his debar,
what happened?
The ahab of Elohim is truly perfected in him.
It's complete in him. By this,
we know that we are in him.
So now we're starting to look at, now he's telling us that this is how we know it's complete, Talmud. And complete makes sense. If something complete, is there any reason to do anything with it if it's finished? You ain't gonna believe it. It's no reason to do nothing with anything if it's perfect either, is it? So perfect and complete will be the same thing. If it's perfect, what do? Somebody you said, it's perfect. What that mean? A little more adjustment? If it's complete, what that mean? Finish a little bit more of it. That's how they look at perfect. It's complete. So what we find is we don't have the ahab in us. Incomplete. That's right, incomplete. So now we get a chance to examine ourselves and see where we at. People want, I'm wondering where I'm at, I'm wondering where. Well, how do you do when he give you the mark? When he tell us what to do, how do you operate with that? Well, I feel like I do pretty good. I mean, I could do better. So what did you just say? Incomplete. See, these are the things we have to look at because we're talking about his ahab being perfected in us. Well, that's what we're looking at for it being complete in us. That's what we're trying to look at. See, with Yahushua, you ain't going to believe on the two what he said. He said it was complete. He had completed it. See, let's see what he said. 17th chapter of the book of Yehukanan, they call John. We know you're back. Oh, I'm sorry. They said, she said, I'm gonna make a believer out of it, man. He ain't gonna believe it till he hear it. You all right? We ain't on nobody else's schedule. Listen.
Yahushua spoke these things. Then he lifted up his toward Shamayim and said,
what did it say?
Abi, the hour has come.
The time has come.
kabod your being, so that your being may also kabod you.
So he want glory to him so he can give glory to him, right? He said, my glory, by you giving me my glory, I give it back to you. So there's a purpose in it. That's just like when a man, like when I look at this, when we do a project and we get through with that rough project, whatever it was, a burnt building or whatever it is, a property, you put it back together. When that building is complete, then when people see it and from its first work, they're gonna look and say, wow, that's nice, or that's beautiful, man. And you ain't gonna believe where they go to. You gotta go back to the building. It's gotta go. So you can see when he looked at Yahushua looked at this building that you established, which was him, that you took, and it was dilapidated. People seen it in his first kabod, the first glory. He asked y'all that before. He said, who was it here who's seen it in his first kabod, in his first glory? He said it was gonna be nothing to his second in comparison. See, the Yahushua we saw in the flesh had nothing in comparison to the one we saw that resurrected, the one that's coming back. But they had to understand that when they built the first house, the first bed. See, it had been burned by fire. Fire is used to do two things: purify, destroy something, and to prove out a word. So it burned it down, and he came back and they showed him the foundation. He wanted to know, was there anybody there who had seen it in the first kabod? He said, for those that had seen it in the first kabod, he said, it won't be any comparison in the second. So that is to get us to understand. A lot of time we get wrapped up in, you ain't gonna believe, how many of y'all been here on this earth more than one time? Okay, so I'm gonna just take a lucky that they call guests on it. So this probably your first time. That's good. So your second appearance will be nothing in comparison to your first. Hello? See, that's what he's talking about. He's gonna change these vile bodies into one of those glorious ones like he has. See, everything they understood it from a natural estate. What'll happen with us, because we man and prone to, subjected to, you get caught up in the first building. And because you get caught up in the first building, you don't even consider the second appearance. Hello? They got to see that physically, that what they thought was everything, that when he came and put it back, reconstructed it, they said, wow. I had so much in the first, I didn't consider the second. Y'all got it? Let's look at Yahushua and Adam. Who were first? That you knew. Adam. When we saw him, come on, in his image, in his likeness, let him have. But then we see Yahushua. Where we put these guys in comparison? It ain't no comparison when you look at Adam and Yahushua, is it?
No, sir.
No comparison. That's how far off, because now we look at being translated into the Benin, the sons of Elohim. But if you're still caught up in the first appearance, then you won't even consider the second. That is, and the reason or how you know that is because where you put your affection at.
That's right.
In the 3rd chapter, book of Colossians, if we then, what was it again? We risen. That means you can't rise unless you're down. Stand up for a second. Okay, now stand up. That's what I'm saying. Don't make sense. Not logical. So he said, rise, if we be risen. You sit down. If we've been risen, then what we going to have to be? That means I took the first one down so I can show you the kabod of the second. See, all this to get us to understand the translation of Mut, death, in his whole faction working, is to understand I'm going to take down the first one so I can establish the second one. I can't establish it while the first one living. What are we using? Hands. Comparison. Y'all gonna let pop? Hold on. It's the hallway. Woo! Say if you can answer, you finna cut. I'll say, whoo. Shaquille said, boy, if I could have answered that one. You know I'm looking at now, because Humpback doing it here, and I know when I get your answer, you're gonna say, I had that joint too. I'm just making sure. No takers in the hall. What in that? Mr. Little Bible. Come on, what you got cooking? That's right, marriage. Think about it. You couldn't marry a second one to win.
First one move.
You ain't gonna believe it. See, you can't take on the second appearance until the first one be gone. Hold what you got. 5th chapter, 2 Corinthians 5:1. So think about it. So now, what are we fighting to do? What are we typically do? What we doing? We're fighting to keep this first one alive. So while we fight to keep this first one alive, guess what we're keeping away?
Second.
The second one. That's why Yahushua looked at, he couldn't resist his move. Because this was the first appearance he came out. We didn't see, he had been out here before, that was his first appearance. So he knew what needed to happen. I gotta go. He tried to tell them, I gotta go. He told the comforter can't come till I leave. I gotta go. So a lot of times that we fight, this ain't a teach until you go kill yourself. But we have to start to modify a lot of things that we do in behavior, in conversation, in association, so the second one can come. Y'all got it? We're supposed to seek the second one because we're looking at something far better. This has its moment. Come on, you can have a good time in the flesh. Ain't nobody tell you. It don't have to be sin. You can have a good time in the flesh. The only problem with it, you get tired, you get sleepy, it get old, you run out of money. Something happen, you get too full, you get sick. That's the problem when you have, but you need to know that because these are the limitations to the first man. The second man don't have that problem. Y'all got it? See, Yahushua had things he had to suffer. It was a situation he had to just leave. He would have died. The second man don't have that problem. See, a lot of time while we fighting the hold to the first, we're keeping the second one from coming. Y'all got it? So then we start looking at what we fear, death. I fear it. To God, I do the fear. I've been living all my life. How I'm so open to death. So I need understanding that it's only coming so he can establish the second. Y'all got it? The only way to take away the first, so he can establish the second. Hello? When it came down to Yasharal, when they had fallen, and he kept Yehuda, when he moved Yasharal, what did the Malach Kutha do? I'm going to go get and read it. He took Yasharal. When he removed them out of their place, he brought another people and planted them down. He couldn't plant them there until he moved them out. He brought people from Havilah and Kutha, and he put them there instead of Yasharal in Shamron. That's why he told us not to, when he sent the 12 out, he told them don't go to any city of Shamron. They told you Samaria. We don't know where Samaria is. It's Shamron. And he told them don't send nobody there because none of them was there. They had been removed and replaced, but he couldn't replace them until he got them out. So there are things you need to understand. So before you take on your second appearance, the first one got to be removed. Hello? But in order to help you transition, then you know there's some things you got to do. You got to mortify. Well, there's some things you got to get rid of. You got to kill it out. Inordinate, unusual affections. Y'all got it. There's a lot of things we got to kill out to make us ready for the second man, for his appearance. Hello? Wow. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Let's finish seeing what he said right in the 17th chapter. Come on. The 17th chapter?
You want 2 Corinthians?
Okay, 5:1. Let's do the total. Come on.
For we know that if our tent of this Beth, which is on the Arats, is torn down, we have a building from Elohim, a Beth which is not made of hands, and it continues, Alam and Shamayim.
So let me ask a question. Tent, body, what you got? Now, this one, as long as you got it, how you going to get to the other one? He said we know this, that if this one is torn down, if this one is destructed, he said then we have another one that's Alam, that's eternal, that continues to live. So when is this second one supposed to come? After the first one is torn down. So we had to understand the operation of transitioning. That's what we get caught up. This is our fault. We get caught up in transition. I got to try to get all my fun out. I got to try to get everything out. Then you're kind of impeding on the second one coming because you're trying to give too much life to the first. Instead of modifying, we're trying to kill it out. We're trying to look at Yahushua. All he kept doing was modifying, killing out things. Even when it came down his mother on the two, he like, I got one other thing I need to get rid of. I got to kill it out. Because a lot of times affection for things can hold you back or people from transitioning. Hello? Listen what he told us we do.
For even now we groan, we are longing to be
clothed. How many of y'all grunt sometimes you get up? See, that's how I know a man wrote this. How would somebody know we've grown in this body? Sometimes y'all get up, so he said, pain of getting up in the morning. Didn't he tell us? He said, in this one, he tell you why. In this one, you groaning. In this one, you have affliction. What else?
We are longing to be clothed with our beth, which is from Shamayim.
See that? So all of that is now he's telling you, this is your body longing to get to where something works better for it. There's some people can tell when they've done certain things reacting, their body reaction tell them certain thing they did were wrong. They say, I know I shouldn't have ate that. How you know? Whenever I do that, my body do this, it start telling me this is going, I know this. You know what I'm saying? See that? Guess what? Now he said your groaning, your body, he said, we didn't know that your body is designed, your nephias is designed to transition. He said that's what it's doing. It wants to transition out. Who wants to be, if I put you in a pain, stress situation, what you saying? Man, I like it, they're comfortable. What you saying? You ain't gonna believe what your body's trying to do. What you think your nephias doing? It's trying to get out. This is very uncomfortable. It wants to get out. You ain't gonna believe when Yahushua told her. Now, when he was on the right, y'all remember what happened when he called the Shadim out? When he told them Shadim to come out. Y'all remember what happened? What did they do? And they recognized who he was. They told him who he was. What about the woman that when they touched the hem of his garment? What happened to her? He held up, fed the people. What about when he stopped the storm when he was on the ship? What did they say? What did they say about him? What amount of what? You said it, what amount of spirit? Why they said what amount of man it was? Because that's exactly what he was, a man. Now when he got up, he said, all authority given to me. He know at that point I'm unstoppable. I'm unstoppable. He couldn't say that the first time. He was waiting on move. He hadn't conquered move. How you unstoppable? You hadn't even conquered move. Guess what we have to do, people? So let's see how that worked. Now, he was what relation was he to Elohim? Being son. We probably made him in his image. After his likeness and let him have. And he wanted him to, what he wanted him to do on a right? What did he want Adam to do? Have dominion. Somebody I heard what? Subdue. What y'all think when he went down to Kabal? What was that Kabal at? On Mars, Jupiter? That's why he had to take it over. He said, but I got to take it over. He said, that's the last enemy I got to take down was move. Come on, listen, he had to prove himself out to be. I told him to subdue it. Now, if you don't know how to use it, that's on you. The man got up and told you, I did it. And he got up, he wanted to add move. Listen, he started rubbing and said, you know what he was trying to find? That stain. That's what he wanted to know. He asked the Kabul, he asked the grave, where your power at? Where your strength at? What was the purpose of him being from Nazareth? That's what he was trying to show you. I overcome. He's overcame it. He was just like, listen, it was just like when a man said when a tore thread, when it touched a fire. He said, I broke, they wrapped him up. Listen, he was like a tore thread. They kept trying to figure out, he said, you take some cords, never been dried, he said, you wrap me. He said, I'd be like any other man. You ain't gonna believe it. They put grave clothes on Yahushua just like any other man. But they forgot, he was from Nazareth. He was a Nazareth. That's what Shamshun was. That's why he knew the strongest man we ever know. He was able to break it. So that's what he was trying to tell about being overcomers. We were already given this authority. Subdue it. The problem we got, you don't hear subdue, you hear succumb. Those are two different words, subdue and succumb. So we got to start looking at how we see things and understand what's this man real objective for us. You can keep working the way you're going, but you just spinning your wheels, you ain't getting nowhere. This is about a relationship. This is about possessing information to help you transfer over. A lot of people don't realize, a lot of people work with you just like therapists, psychiatrists, or even if you go see these people that do mind read everything, amazing they do why they don't do your feet? Why don't you use your elbows? The mind. The mind is so powerful to conquering a person or empowering a person or weakening a person. Don't you know what a man will do sometimes to a woman? You get a pretty woman, at pretty as yet, he can constantly keep ragging her till he pull her down till she feel ugly. Because he mentally destroyed her. Play with your mental. Why you think when you use your car, he try to build up your mind? Because a lot of people get persuasion. Power of persuasion. And a lot of times we miss stuff like that. Why the book tell you as a man thinking? Wow, it's amazing. It's amazing. He's going to operate in that fashion too. Now you can lie to yourself, you ain't going to believe it. You know you lying to yourself. It ain't about lying to yourself, it's about knowing the truth. Why you think he said you will know the amount, and the amount do what?
Make you free.
Guess what? You be just like Shamshun. It'd be just like he said, a thread when it touch. How long it take a fire to burn a piece of thread? About 20 minutes? What, an hour and a half? About as soon as it get there. That's what he's trying to tell you. When you get the knowledge, when stronghold come, you break them like that. One thing you start learning to do, unlike Shamshun, see, that's exactly what you learn. Don't even get entangled. See, the problem with Shamshun, the real knowledge was, you shouldn't even got entangled with it.
That's right.
You saw with Yahushua when he was up on the mount, and the Satan kept asking to do something. How many times he got entangled with it? So I'm gonna just jump down so I can shut your mouth. Not even get myself entangled with it, because I'm trying to please the person that chose me.
That's right.
See, when you don't have a commitment to nothing, then you can do anything. That's being honest. You don't have a commitment to nothing, you can do anything. I look at that a lot of times. I never really looked at being committed to something. I dated relationship. I wasn't trying to be favorite, but I didn't feel like it was nothing. It was just dating. It wasn't nothing. You know, I looked at marriage as most serious, and I stayed away from it until I did. I said, oh, when I get to it, that's something that's serious, and I want to be serious about it. I don't want to do like I did like this, and I didn't want to do like my friends did. They mess around their wife. I wasn't no good. I just looked at I didn't want to do that.
That's right.
I felt like it was something more serious than
That's
that.
right.
I ain't come to church to set to play church. I don't want to do that.
That's right.
I want to get it right.
That's
I
right.
Did. I did. I just looked at, I ain't looked at people, oh, nigga, you in the church. I want to pick, I ain't had nothing to say about it.
That's right.
No comment. That was something you wanted to do, that was you. I wasn't getting involved with that, because that was something, that's where you transitioned, that's what you were trying to do. And when my time came, I couldn't worry about nobody else.
That's right. That's right.
I had to worry about for self. Listen, if people be honest with themselves and really examine themselves, you'll see you haven't been truthful with yourself. That's the first thing you'll find people truthful with yourself. You haven't been truthful with yourself. Really about what you want to do, why you want to do it, what's the real benefit of it. That world got a lot to offer out there. Don't let nobody tell you, no, that's a lot out there on the table. There's a lot of opportunities, a lot of things you do. The only thing about it is just how long can you do it? Only problem is the world will keep spinning, and you're gonna leave it. It'd be different if the stuff you had stopped and went with you. Your stuff go to somebody else and keep going. So when you look at the benefits of everything the world got to offer you, really nothing. Because at the end of it, I mean, I need something that works for me not only here, I need something that transitions for me when I leave here. I don't need something to say, live and get all you can get now, but when you die, it's on you. Don't stick me out like that. I need to know we riding this thing all the way through. I need to know this is not the end for me, because otherwise I'm lost. I've been with you. Life ain't worth living. All you're going to do is live and just die. I don't care what you get. What did you come? You just go to the grave and just die? That's just it? That's it, nothing. So what did you do? Well, at least I can say I did something. Like, who you going to say that to? You see what I'm saying? Well, let the people, I don't believe in that. Think of your logic. So who you gonna tell it to? Yeah, when I be down in the grave, I'm gonna be just spinning the reel back, going back over my life about how stupid you are. That you were stupid enough to think that was the end of it? It gotta be a purpose. You know the only reason you're getting up? It makes sense. You plant a seed, don't it? Where does the seed go? You ain't gonna believe where you bury people at. How you think we gonna get up? See, everything he gave you is purpose enough. Can you literally see that? Is a seed living or dead? And you telling me the dead seed go in the ground and get up alive? Yeah, I don't believe in dying and getting back up. Only with seed. Don't even make sense for you to plant that. If I catch a flower, I'm gonna throw it away. You're too stupid to have one. Say, where did the plant come from? Pike's Nursery? That's your first slap. Where did this come from? But you said everything, how does it not make sense? That don't make sense. Some dead gonna get up and live. Where did you get that flower from? It came from a seed that was dead. In a packet, sealed up. It couldn't been breathing, and it was dry. You ain't gonna believe it. You gotta plant a dry seed and put water on it. How that make sense? Why couldn't you have it in water if I put it in the ground? Only Yahuwah could set an operation up like that. Only Yahuwah can take a dry, dead seed, put it in the ground, and say water it, and let it come back up. He knew I needed to see that in order for me to have confidence in it. If I can't see him, I at least need to be able to see your attributes. It doesn't make sense. Let me tell you what I say as a Christian. For me, a lot of things didn't make sense to believe in him when you look at it now because I didn't know enough. But it worked to get me to that point. To
Right.
It was more than I could obtain because I need to be at a certain level to understand it.
Right.
It don't make, think about it, it don't make sense. Die and get up and live again. But you plant seeds all the time. How doesn't it make sense? And people get seeds, and guess what happens? People don't get seeds and seeds die right there and they plant them. People let them sit and keep them for a while.
That's right.
So why do you know, man, he been dead too long. If people get seeds, might keep them for a year or two.
That's
and
true.
Come back and plant them. So the man can't keep me? He can't preserve me? See, all the stuff that people wrestle with, they don't want to look at. He gave you everything. That's why it makes sense when a child who try to tell. Doesn't nature teach you? Nature shows us a whole lot of things that make sense. A natural course of a thing makes sense to everything that he said he'll do for us. But a lot of things we have to do, you have to get away from certain people. You got to get away from certain behaviors. You got to get away from certain other thought processing so you can actually see him for what it is. Just like Yashayahu told her, he didn't see Yahuwah until Uzziyahu had died. Uzziyahu died. He said, I didn't see him until he died. You ain't going to believe it. There's some stuff had to die in your life for you to see him. That's how I got to the appearance of him. If my life had gone the other way, I wouldn't have seen him. My life was too compiled with too much stuff. I was too trapped in. There's no way to see him with all that stuff. I had too many other outer influences. I had too many other avenues of things. Those things had to die. I had to get them out in order for me to be able to see him. Same thing got to happen for you. It's a process. It's a growth. It's over time. People want to see, know everything. I know folks go, I don't know the book of Revelation. I'm going to give you Revelation right now. You didn't even know I was going to slap you, did you? See? Revelation. Because people try to get to something, run to something first, getting an understanding, creating a relationship, and looking at you're following a pattern that's already been set. We ain't creating a new way. We just following a way that's already been established. He's trying to show it don't make sense to give a new way. I saved them by this way. Why am I giving you a new way? I'm saving people. I'm trying to show I'm consistent. It don't make sense to tell you I'm the same yesterday, today, evermore when I'm doing something different. Khan ain't new. He gave favor to people before. Let me ask you something. You take a seed and put it in the ground, plant it. When you pull that dirt back over there, how many of y'all make sure ain't no rocks in that dirt? A couple of people. Some folk put them and rocks can be in the way.
Yeah.
But Yahuwah can favor them. Sometimes that seed can come and push, and that little rock can break and move to the side, and it can still come up. That's because he favored it. Some seed go in the ground, nothing on it. The soil is rich and it got rain. I don't like that seed. And I ain't gonna let it come up. You know what he just said? Man, I gotta do it. You didn't gotta do it. He favored it. You pushing your way from under the ground. You think that's all you? Who just get dirt and just do this? This is how you put dirt. What you pretty much do? Pack dirt? Do something, you don't pack dirt? The dirt, right, you don't just do this number here and go, do you? You pretty much, you're gonna press that dirt down with that opposition. Now that seed got to fight through opposition. Might not be big, might be pebble. There's a lot of things you got to get through in order to make your way to get through. That's because he favored it. That's life. That's how you making it now. He just favored you. And as soon as you come in that knowledge and you consider that, the better off you're going to be and realize you ain't doing nothing to yourself. This man just favoring you. And when you get that man to a level he done had enough, he can cut that favor off. You know what I'm supposed to say? You don't use your last favor. You got to start considering that. Every one of us, you got to start really considering. You don't have a partner. When you land on that bed, you're sleeping. Ain't but one man favor to get you up. A lot of folk that lay in that bed, they don't woke up, they was on a coma and still in it. There's a lot of stuff you ain't in control of. Think about it, you sleep. Man, I had a good dream the other night. Listen to him. Boy, I was some kind of scared. Oh my goodness. I went to the bathroom, it was so clear, and I pissed, and it went all in the back of the toilet, shot back on my leg. It was seen so real. I said, oh my goodness. I said, I done pissed all in and got all on my leg, pissed everywhere. I woke out, I was in the bed. I said, don't move. I did. I ain't move. I said, just be still for me. Make sure they ain't cool. Because I ain't need no sudden movement. I had to be still, cause that might not have been a dream. I woke up, I said, check, get it, eat. You try to act like you ain't checking, you do that rub across. Thank you. I told her, I do.
That's right.
I did. I said, woo.
That's right.
I said, boy, I'm too old to piss like that.
That's
that was
right.
a good piss. Until I had a dream, and I felt good about that dream. And that one of them dreams, well, this could be bad.
Yeah.
But little stuff like that, and it don't mean nothing to some of y'all, because some of y'all regular pistol. But for those of us who holding out, stuff like that scare some of y'all talking about, that's normal. No, that's not normal. Not at this age. So you just started to look at, though, one man favor you. Well, think about this. You think you sleep, how you holding your pee? You ain't even conscious. What else you can do while you sleep? I mean, it's something simple. Think about it. You asleep. How you keeping yourself talking? Man, I don't pee in the bed. You really control that? One man keep everything. That's a simple thing. And one man wake you up. And then one man keep you asleep too. And one man wake you up. You got to consider, this man do all, when he told you, I'm Yahuwah, I do all these things. If something happened to you and it's Rosha, it's bad. Yahuwah said, I did that. You said, man, something happened, it was tragic happened. The devil did. He said, I don't know where you got that from. He said, I do it. He said, I do everything. And we need to know that. So I know a man that gives me con, he can also give me his indignation, his wrath. So I know how to treat a man like that. Now look at this man in all his wrath can destroy everything. But there's a heart, he can give you everything. So how you serve a man like that? You play with him, you take chances with him. You say, oh, I ain't worried about you anyway. You ain't nobody. We do and we don't do what he tells us. That's what he gets more of my respect from, the fact that you can do all this and instead you see fit to spare me. That scared me. That scared me. Listen, I took that gun, I put it in my head, I was gonna blow my brains out. That's how sick I was myself. I took it, I put it in I was gonna blow my brains out. He ain't let me do it. He needed me to see, so you sick of you. Where you think I'm at? Anyway, y'all ain't gotta raise your hand. Don't. I don't want y'all to worry. Have any of y'all ever done it? You know what it's like. I'm talking about death. That's where I was. I wasn't broke. I wasn't womanless. I wasn't homeless. I wasn't carless. I was so sick of myself lying to this man. I was so sick of my life. I was so disgusted with everything I did. I just wanted to die. I just wanted to pull the trigger. I just want to be done. I just want to be done. He didn't let me pull it. I just didn't let me pull it. And that's why I'm here now. He said, I didn't give myself a chance. He had to do it. What do you do? He let me burn up all my chances. He said, this is where you at. You want to kill yourself. I'll give you a chance. That's what I'm in. Whole mess what I'm trying to tell y'all. Get a man a fair chance. Give him a fair chance to see if we do what he do. But I know it's going to take you to exhaust everything you got, burn every end you got, every count. Burn, like I said, burn at both ends. He might not give you that chance. Some of y'all got to go out here and live that life and see for yourself if it's everything you're thinking. It's not. You'll enjoy it for a while. It'll get old. Trust nobody. If you're going to do it, I'm going to give you this advice. Trust nobody. Absolutely nobody. You turned your back on Yahuwah. What kind of friends you think you actually going to get? You stop loving the only man that will ever love you. What kind of love you think you're going to get out there? It'll never equal out. All you're going to do at that point, you're going to keep going forward, just like you're going to do, and they're going to come to your demise. He's going to let you run yourself all the way till you run yourself in the grave, just so you will acknowledge. Somebody else will see your fall, and they'll recover. That's why we him. Somebody else fall is why we him. The first people he had, he could have kept them, but they failed. They gave us an opportunity. And I ain't getting up my seat for nobody. I ain't getting up mine. That's their stupidity. One would come at me telling me, man, I gave my seat. I said, that's your stupid seat. You better get away from around. I know that much. And I ain't getting up my seat. You failed and gave up your, that's you. I ain't getting up mine for nobody. That's it. Somebody doesn't give up their seat. I'm good with mine. Y'all hear me? I wish a mother would try to take my seat. Part 2 of my killing spree will start right here. Ain't that right? Gonna be some ripple. That go for any rest of y'all farm niggas around here either. Ain't that right? Trying to take my seat. That's it. That's like that cornbread. That it's serious, man. I know. I'm trying to tell you, he grant y'all this. You want to hold on to it. I ain't gonna lie to you. That's it. I know. And you should be mad, be angry with yourself for your mistake, and then consider what was you gonna do? What was you gonna do? That's how we gonna see him. If I make all the right decisions, I got all the answers, I don't make no mistake, how am I gonna see him? What do I need him for? He needed me to see, I need Tony, this is for me. He needed me to see, I need you to make all your decisions, pick all your friends, you do everything you think makes sense. And when all that stuff crashed down on me, all I could do was get a gun. These your friends. Those were my friends. Those were my decisions. And I sat there and that was my gun, not his gun. And I put it to my head to blow my brains out. And he saw fit to stop it. Now there's some other people, listen, no doubt their gun went off before their finger even touched it. He said, I wouldn't even wait long enough to let you pull that trigger. Now when the evidence showed they sold it with their gun, when they got there in the gun and the person shot, it's evident that they killed themselves. But Yahuwah said, if it be Rosh in the city, he said, I did it. I pulled that trigger. That's why you appreciate him. Because you look at all your decisions, all your wit, all your cunning, it landed you right here. How smart, I look at the end of it, I had a lot of stuff. I ain't gonna tell you, I done had a lot of stuff. I have done a lot of stuff. And I was finna blow my brains out with my stuff. Ain't worth it. That's why at the end of the day, I got a shalom with him. I have a shalom with him because I know where my mindset at. I know where I used to be. I don't ever forget. I never forget where I used to be. I never forget where I used to be. I won't forget it. I can't forget it. I'm only here because of Khan. Y'all got it? As soon as you realize that, the better everybody else going to be. But you're going to have to acknowledge your ways. You have to acknowledge your ways. That's the only way you're going to make it. That's what he's going to get. He's establishing himself a people, an arm, a GUI, a nation, a people that come into the knowledge of who they are by knowing who he is. Comparing myself to him, no comparison. My knowledge to his knowledge, none. That's why it makes sense. I need to be taught of him. I never knew about Khan. I never knew it. I heard people say, by grace are we saved. I didn't know what they were talking about. How many of y'all heard them say, by grace are we saved? How many of y'all understood that? People just tell lies. I don't know. Did you understand? I heard it, but I really didn't understand what, by grace. I don't know. Did you understand by grace? You know what I'm saying? Now, ain't it scary? How did we not understand that? And it said, by grace are you saved, and not of yourself. It's the gift of Elohim. I'm reading it, but I'm saying, I don't understand it. But you don't know you don't understand it. That's the scary part, that he lets you read something and not understand it. I'm going to finish up here. 29:10. Yes, Yahoo. I try to get rid of, y'all get ready to get your money up. We've been long enough. These folks be blaming, talking about being here at 12 o'clock. Well, they got to pay for that. No, they Justin. I don't know. I mean, did you get hit? I don't know. Somebody, who that was? Hold on, boy. He said like another man said, I don't know what I said. I don't know who I said it to, but I'm sorry. That's not right. You, Uncle Ted, talking about somebody else. But somebody, who that was talking about? Yeah, we began at 12 o'clock on Friday night. Who that was? Dave, that was, hold on for a minute. That was you, Dave. That was hunting for Dave with that though. It was this hypocrite. It was you. Listen to Dave. There you go. Hold on, I'm getting on Jahi. Hold on, I'm getting on Jahi. There you go. What you said, Jahi said what they could hear. Who all was in the room? Tab. Look at. And are you serious? What about Brittany? That joking up. Woo. Y'all don't know. Y'all don't know what we had to go through with this, man. I had him and Malcolm share the room, and I said, Malcolm, what you think about Jaheed since you stayed in the room when you had time? Man, he looked at it, he was thinking. He said, well, what you think about Dexter? Because he was taking pictures of you while you was asleep, sending them out. I said, are you serious? Dexter sitting there like, and he said, I said, you did? He said, Malcolm already know he was taking pictures. I said, Malcolm, you knew that? He said, no, sir, I'm just hearing it now. I said, this man has no, all right, don't commit no. I said, Jaheed, I'm going to go rob a bank with you, Jaheed. Who knows how to do after that? That got it. I'm going to get that Mexican guy who did like this with me. Y'all all right, getting some hot tamales. All right, listen, 29:10?
Yes, sir.
All right, listen.
For Yahuwah has poured over you a ruach of deep sleep.
Uh-oh.
He has shut your the Nabaim, and he have covered your heads, the seers.
Y'all see that? Who that? All right, hands. Who we talking about? Who? That's how you raise your hand for real. What you gonna say, Ian? What you gonna say? Joker, you raise your hand, Joker. What you gonna say? Mm-hmm. Micaiah? Hold on. What you got? That's all I'm thinking. Yahushua, they blindfolded him. I don't know what he was thinking. He said, his daddy? I was like, y'all all over the place. I don't know where y'all went to. Yeah. Remember they covered his eye. They asked him to tell him who did hit him. So you had to pay attention. He's in and out. They covered his eyes. Listen.
The entire Kazum shall be to you like the dabarim of a sealed scroll.
So now he letting people know that's how it's going to be to you. Y'all can remember that? The whole writing, he said all these words going to be to you as when you go to read it. You don't know what it say. See, that's something you need to think. Listen, he's telling, yes, y'all who telling us that.
Mm-hmm.
He said when you go and you get your people to teach you to try to tell it to you, they're not going to be able to do it. He said the entire Kazum, the entire vision, is going to be when they look at it, it's going to be like a man putting a blindfold over his head and he ain't got no eyes. What can he tell you? I see blue. I see two doors. You have a covering over your head and you blind. What can you see? Guess what he told them? He said, this is going to be your teachers. When they sit down and try to explain to you what's going on with the word, they're not going to be able to see it. Listen.
Which they give it to one knowing scrolls, saying.
Now, he said, now they get to somebody who knows scrolls. What happened?
Please read this.
And what happened?
He shall say, I cannot, for it is sealed.
Can you imagine that? He said the man gonna have the knowledge and he gonna be known for it. He said, but when you give it to him, it's gonna be like he got a covering over his head and he can't see. He can't even tell it to you. He don't say, you know what? Funny thing is, it's like it's wrapped up in an enigma or something. In an enigma. Impossible to even know what it is. Listen.
Then the scroll shall be given to one who does not know scrolls, saying, please read this.
And what are he gonna tell him?
And he shall say, I do not know scrolls.
Tell him why, son.
Then my Adon said, because this arm draw near with their paw.
See that? He said, that's why. He said, because these people only come to me with their mouth. They give me lip service. That's why he said he's going to do it to you. What else?
And honor me with their lips,
See
but
that?
Their lob is far from me.
That's how they give me my kabul. They give my honor with their lips. And what happened?
But their lob is far from me.
See how that? He said, look at the distance of their hearts. What they care for. That all going to tell again on what you're keeping. Listen.
And their yara of me is taught by the command of men.
That's what we want to make sure we work on. He said, because these people don't fear me. The fear they got from me, they got it from men. That they feel like it's okay to transgress me and go against me. Some man had gave them this league and made an agreement with them that you can just transgress them and you'll be all right. He said, and that's why when they get it and they try to look into it, I'm going to make sure they don't get nothing. It don't matter which way they go, they always going to be entangled. That's why I can't afford to play with a man like this. He's only allowing me to see it. He said, listen, I can let you learn scrolls. and still, when you go to look in it, it'd be just like you have no eyes in your head covered. That's a double blindness. When a man can't see, why you got to cover his head with a blindfold? He said, that's called adding insult to injury. He already blind, animal covered his head, and you gave it to him. What was he going to tell you? This is why you have to consider. Every one of us, stuff that y'all take lightly, there's a lot of people sitting around, they get through the ring, they butt naked somewhere, having sex. Some woman married to 5, 10 women married to one sorry guy won't work and having baby by him, and they going to work and keep it. He don't even keep the kid. They got to carry the kid. And for some reason, it look right. And they read it in the book. Yahuwah ain't designed to make her look like no fool. This is about intelligence. That's why he wanted to know. He said, all of your benin, they're going to be taught of me. That's why I make sure we're being taught of it. And that's on the courtesy of Mr. Yahuwah. Sitting down, looking at our ways, men in our way, making sure the young people get an understanding why they're young. That's why we put the train it to them. So when they're old, they won't depart from it. We got to give it to them. I know they want the street. You want to play, you want to go play. You're right. Your playing going to end, though.
That's right.
You know, there's a lot of guys, they try to keep playing. It's going to look bad when you old trying to play with some young people. They out there. That street going to leave you. The street will keep moving. For those that ain't been out there, you can't hang with them streets. Them streets, Uncle Ted, could you keep up with them streets? Who you know keep up? If you went out there right now back to the street, what you used to do, I'm telling you were younger. Give me some idea. When you were young, what could you do when you was in the street? Yes, sir. Drink, shoot, cut, sell dough, rip, run, huck. You can go do that now? Why not? And then time catch up with, ain't it? That you get out there, you ain't fast as you to be then. You don't think fast these young folk now. A lot of guys, these folk don't realize you got here play that game in the street. You start getting older, and another generation comes, and they ain't got the same code of ethics. You can't keep up with these folks. Don't let anybody make no fool out you. That street right there is still doing the same thing, and every time another generation get it get rougher. Cause you know these guys come in, everybody trying to be better than the generation before, and the only way to be better, they looking at you got to do something stupid. It ain't bad, it's stupid. It don't even make common sense. Jump out and just shoot up apartment building. Like you can't hit no baby and kill nobody. Nobody did no stupid stuff. Why would you be shooting up an apartment building and nobody did that to you? Because they got to prove that they bad. That's how stupid your mind is. But Yahuwah give you that mind. And for those of you to be out there, you know you look at, that could have been my mind. Ain't that right? You start looking at every generation. The generation before me look at us and look at, boy, y'all surely is stupid. I got to look at the one coming behind me and I said, y'all surely is stupid. And every generation get dumb and dumber because they keep trying to be bad. They keep trying to prove themselves. They keep trying to show they just as good. And look at it all the time. We had a singer back then. What gay singer you remember back then? Little Richard, about it. Who you remember back then was gay? Yeah. Little Richard was hot. Little Richard, that wasn't his time though. No, Little Richard ain't even a performer. Who? No, we don't know about Prince. Repent. Come on. Repent. Man, you don't come out with no Apollon and no vanity talking about no gay. They done brought two of the pretty women in the world out. That's how we know it's life on other planets. Because we never seen, we were like they was on life. We ain't never seen you before. Isn't that right? Hey, man, we ain't know no women like that overseas. We from Joe. We ain't seen no woman look like that. Prince brought women out. We ain't know what women look like. Them were just girls. Ain't that right? Prince was serious out there. Prince had the straighted man with makeup, curly hair, ruffled shirt, and high-heel shoes, and stood for the truth. Ain't that right? That's stood for the truth. Listen, they interviewed two girls he had in their band. He fired them because they were gay. He told them. He told them they're going to burn in hell. Yeah, I saw an interview with them. They interviewed them. They asked them about Prince being gay. They said Prince was very much a man. They said they were gay. Listen, I saw an interview with them. They were kissing. He fired both of them. He told guys here and told them they were lesbian and told them they're going to burn in hell. Now, I ain't going to lie with you. I probably bust out laughing if I'd have seen it too. I mean, you go to hell. Baby. I mean, it's like, I'm with you, Prince, but I'm like, we got a problem. Yeah, but I mean, but that was their testimony now. They said Prince told they're going to burn in hell too. So they ain't got nothing on him. Start looking up for stuff, bro. Buy stick. Don't even look at him now. Like I said, leave the man alone. Man, I took enough for a beating. The man done took enough for a beating. Came on in the house. Ain't that right? Leave the man alone. But at the end of the day, we know what we got to do. We got to get right. We got to hold a standard. We got to hold to what the man said and trust him. Only reason not to trust him if you don't trust yourself. Put your confidence in it. The man do everything he said. I'm a witness. If he pulled a man like me out and gave a man like me a chance, anybody could do it. Anybody could do it. I ain't just taking it. I ain't nobody ain't did nothing to him. I done it. The man gave me a chance, a fair chance. He'll do the same thing for you. It don't matter. People won't do that for you. People gonna hold stuff over your head. People gonna hate you. People never gonna forgive you. People gonna look at you a certain. That's always. Listen. I'm fine with that, as long as I got favor from him. It's supposed to be that way. You know why he let you do that? He gonna show you. I ain't like man. Man ain't supposed. Why would people forgive me for everything? I did some stuff cruel to people. Everybody ain't supposed to forgive me. You know what? If everybody forgave me, I wouldn't be looking for his forgiveness. I'd be good with everybody. I'm good with everybody else. Come on. Why y'all think people did it? Because you good. Until you done cut yourself with people, and some people say, you know what, I'll never forgive you. I'll never look at you the same. You dead to me. And then you got that man here saying, I still love you. That's why I put my confidence in. I can't worry. Listen, I'll be the last person right around the world trying to make everybody forgive me. You can forget it. I wouldn't even put a drip of gas in my car for that stuff. That's something you got to deal with. I'm good in my relationship with him. Everybody else, you have to fix your own problem. Do not waste your time trying to prove out to everybody else. Do what he told me. Work out with fear. He ain't told me to go get my car and drive nowhere. Start sending no letters and buying no cards. I don't have that type of time. I just don't have, you can't, listen, do what you're supposed to do. We all got scars. We all have done wrong. And we all got to be right when we get back here. Y'all got it? Let's do it. Appreciate it. Appreciate everybody. Appreciate y'all. Has anybody been messing with you? Come on. Who been messing with you? Alex. Come on, Alex. What happened? No, don't be trying to apologize, Joker. What happened? You call her ugly? What you supposed to say, Alex?
I'm sorry.
Thank you. And tell her you like your eye.
I like my eye.
That's good. Do that. Oh, what happened? How you doing, sweetie? What happened? What happened?
Call me like a garbage can.
You told her to lick a garbage can? Apologize.
I'm sorry.
That feel better. That feel better. I'm gonna be watching you, fella. Alex. Everybody all right? I had to get with my enemy right quick. Y'all don't trust him, do you? You trust him? Thank you. Nate, you trust him? That's what I'm talking about. Y'all good. What about y'all back there? Y'all trust him? You sick. Your arm still in the cast? Hit against that and go get another cast and come back there. Don't. You don't trust Alex, do you? There you go. Smart man. All right, everybody all right? We get ready to stand. Give Mr. Who another hand clap because he's been worthy. He's worthy. Appreciate everybody. So Stasha just be pressing her way, don't she? I ain't mad at you, ain't that right? We got to do press our way. So we got to get him. And you work out with them tomorrow. They got to work out tomorrow. They got to do. It'll be fun. Y'all know prepare y'all minds tomorrow. Don't y'all know that? Y'all gonna prepare y'all minds? Y'all gonna be ready? You coming? Yeah. I'm saying prepare your mind. You look at me like, I don't know who you talking to. Oh, you preparing your mind. Who else? Tamiko, you want to prepare your mind? Uh-oh, that look dangerous. Smitty. Jessica, you want to work out with her? Oh, good. Yeah, you'll be ready. That's a lot of laughing. We waiting on the answer name. No, it's going to be a good one, though. Just good mental. Just doing what we do. Ain't that right? Y'all going to do it. Otherwise, y'all going to be saying Whitney Houston with one crack rock. Y'all ain't going to get on the, y'all ain't going to stay on the pipe long, just one rock. All right, anybody in a wild announcement? Uh-huh. Aria, oh, happy birthday, Aria. Happy birthday. That's all right. Happy birthday, Aria. Ain't that right? Okay, anybody else? All right. All right. Everybody all right? All right, we'll get ready and we palau. All those that are able. Kadash Abba, separated Father, we give kabod, glory, kabod, honor to your Shem, which is your name. Yahuwah Elohim, which is the mighty one, who is Al Shaddai, who is the most powerful, who is Abir, who is strong. We give the kabod and kabod, the glory and the honor unto Yahushua HaMashiach, which is your salvation, the anointed one, for all he rendered his Kai, his life, his mut, his death, and his ahab, his affection, and his dam, which is his blood that ran down to redeem us from the beth of bondage, which is the house of slavery, to blot out all of our kata'im and our ma'al, which are our sins and transgression. Baraka your shama'im, your sabut, which will bestow a benefit upon the height expansion where you dwell in your armies. Baraka your shalakim, your ra'ah, your mal'aki, which are your sent ones, your shepherd, and your messengers. Baraka us, which will bestow a gift of benefit upon us, according to the Barith you Shabbat, which is the covenant you vowed to Abraham, Yatsakak, Jacob, the Yahudim, to Yasharal, to the Tuladaf, which are the generations, even unto us and our Tuladaf, which are our generation, and to all that are far off that you were Yakra, in which you were called. Baraka us, bestow a gift of benefit upon us with your face, your pani. Let it or upon us lighten. Let your pani, which is your presence, let it encircle and encamp us all about as a protection. Be a baraka, bestow a gift of benefit upon the out-of-towners and those over the yom we're separated from, to be a keeper and be a healer and be strength unto them. Baraka the married, the single, the separated, the sick, the afflicted, those we commit to you in Palau. Be a baraka to Sean Brown, as well as so many others that support your dabarim, those in leadership and authority to execute your will. Count us amunah, with stability, that you will allow us to escape the tribulation, which is to come upon the whole alarm, which is upon the world. Recover those gone astray and taken from us. Keep our benim, our children, our young adults, and recover our individual mishpachah, which are our family, that they might acknowledge you in all things, behind prison walls and captivities and war-stricken countries. Bereaved, those that are that are going through the destructions of nature according to your will. How do for what you're doing for us right now, not knowing what the you might bring. But we say, Hadu, thanks. To Da, thanksgiving to your Shem for your kasid, which is your favor, which is far above anything we could ever obtain, or we could even purchase of our worldly possessions. Hadu to you for your all you rendered unto us, that we might be able to be here and acknowledge you with a made-up law, which is a made-up mind. Make us of the Kodashim, the separated ones. Make us Talmim, complete. Make us joint heirs with the Mashiach, is with the anointed one. Lamed us, which is the show, teach and instruct us, and seal us with the Ruach HaKadosh, which is the spirit of separation, that we might be able to meet you in Shalom. If you see fit that we don't come to see the Yom, which is rise to see the day. Grant us a Beth in your Lam Malkuth, which is your a home in your eternal empire, where we can see your Pani, your face, and we can Tahalim your Shem better, which is praise your name. In the Shem of Yahushua, HaMashiach we palau. Let us all say, Amen. Come home! Come home. I hub you. The Rocket Man. Rocket Man. We're still working on it. A motorized skateboard.
Yes.
A jetpack. Skateboard. We're going to stay with the skateboard. No jetpack right now.
Yes.
So we're going to stay on the ground.
No, so stay on the ground, and then we're
Who said that?
off the ground by jets. There's two jets. You mean actually skateboarding? I don't know how to.
He want a skateboard with a motor on it. We're going to take our time. We'll just look at it.
Oh, so there's these things.
I know so many.
I'm just like.
Hey, you sweetie. Where y'all at? Happy birthday, Aria. Happy birthday, sweetie. Come on up here, y'all, so I can come on sing.
Yeah, I'll sing.
That's sweetie. Man, you be tripping. Come on, let's go. All right, y'all ready? Come on up. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Come on, let's get ready. 1, 2, 3, hit it. Rock the little children. Ooh, all the children of the congregation. Ooh, red and yellow, black and white. They are precious in His sight. Rock the little children of the congregation. Woo! Come home, come home. I'll hug you. Huh?
Pills to keep my thoughts on the things above. You taking drugs, going finding dates in clubs. Out the way, mistaking hate for love. Trying to figure out, like, who this nigga place to judge. I'm out this world, I don't fit. Something like the OJ glove.
Cookie in the place to be. Jay Rich, he in the place to be. YG, we in the place to be. That's 3 times a week, all like minds agree. Big Cookie in the place to be. Jay Rich, he in the place to be. YG, we in the place to be. That's 3 times a week, all like minds agree.
Dame la ciencia.
Here we go, Cookie J Rich with a brand new flow. Giving breakfast to you who are gonna soul, never know. We gon' give them all we got till it's time for us to go like whoa. Here we go, Cookie J Rich with a brand new flow. Giving breakfast to you who are gonna soul, never know. We gon' give them all we got till it's time for us to go. Here we go, Cookie J Rich with a brand new flow. Giving breakfast to you who are gonna soul, never know. We gon' give them all we got till it's time for us to go like whoa. Here we go, Cookie J Rich with a brand new flow. Giving breakfast to you who are gonna soul, never know. We gon' give them all we got till it's time for us to go.
When I lay in, believe that. We rock out the couch, I need that. Get burning, she old. That bit fat, 3 times a week at the gobble, I be at. Cinnamon, leave me alone. Old friend, don't come home. She'll watch me, I'm in the zone. I'ma cook up tomorrow till he take me home. Yeah, willing, I'ma work the pen till the ink starts spilling. With a slave to the flesh, cause I couldn't stop spinning now. Working overtime till he says I'm forgiven. The marble like a drug, I can tell you don't get it. Get high off the pin, then I let Rich hit it. Come before whisper, I need with your ring. 95 or 2, so holla, he won't praise, I'ma give it to him. Gotta kiss my breath, let me slow it down. Fall a lot when I started, but I'm stronger now. The Way Of Yah built me up when I was feeling down. Now I'm locked in till I hit the last river sound. Salvation's mine, and I ain't quitting. If there's only one seat left, well, I'm gon' get it. Yeah. Whole world gonna hear, but you can keep my ticket. I'll be with you, Hoosha, I'm going somewhere different.
Here we go, Cookie J Rich with a brand new flow. Giving breakfast to you who are gonna soul, never know. We gon' give them all we got till it's time for us to go like whoa. Here we go, Cookie J Rich with a brand new flow. Giving breakfast to you who are gonna soul, never know. We gon' give them all we got till it's time for us to go. Here we go, Cookie J Rich with a brand new flow. Giving breakfast to you who are gonna soul, never know. We gon' give them all we got till it's time for us to go like whoa. Here we go, Cookie J Rich with a brand new flow. Giving breakfast to you who are gonna soul, never know. We gon' give them all we got till it's time for us to go.
Like whoa, get away from sin, gotta go, Joe. It's how fast that I be running when I see the evil coming while I fool moving slow, following the word, that's a no, show, straight like that, and I'm on the right track, only way I picture myself going backwards in a foe, so, memory lane, I remember some things, kinda crazy, all the thoughts that are in it in your brain, block all of the thoughts that were dipped in the flame, word hit in my heart, defense is the same. Like Marcus can be, I knew that when Austin grabbed me, it'd be heat in the skeleton. We was gonna kill it like the army when they fought Iraqis. I'm strong like Zangief. Street Fighter got the scars on my hands, see. No boxing, I contend for the promise so I could be adopted, foster family. J Rich got a brand new flow with the same old name. In life, there's many ways that a man can go, but I stay with the same old thing. Yo, Hootie, gang, gang, gang.
J Rich with a brand new flow. Gang, gang, gang. To you, who could have sold, never know. We gon' give them all we got till it's time for us to go like whoa, whoa. Here we go. J Rich with a brand new flow. Give a credit to you, who could have sold, never know. We gon' give them all we got till it's time for us to go. Whoa, whoa. Here we go. J Rich with a brand new flow. Give a credit to you, who could have sold, never know. We gon' give them all we got till it's time for us to go like whoa, whoa. Here we go. J Rich with a brand new flow. Give a credit to you, who could have sold, never know. We gon' give them all we got till it's time for us to go. Whoa, whoa, here we go. Whoa, whoa, here we go.
Thank you for tuning in to ZMR Radio. We have another hot Zamara from none other than Big Cookie. Coming at you live from 1419 Old McDonough Highway.
Big Cookie. Send it go. Tryna get that roof up, gotcha. Send it go. Tryna get that roof up, gotcha. Send it go. Tryna get that roof up, gotcha. Send it go. Send it go. Send it go. Tryna get that roof up, gotcha. Send it go. Tryna get that roof up, gotcha. Send it go. Tryna get that roof up, gotcha. Send it go. Send it go.
I'm at the Salmon Go 3 days a week. Even more when we come for the feast. Trumpet sounding, then we rise on our feet. Preparation for when you hit the scene. On the cloud, riding real clean. Your Hootie gang better join the winning team. Get down or lay down, you know what that means. I'm on the gas, no brakes, like I was a fiend. I can only speak for me, cause I'm locked in. Waiting for that rudder come to drop in. If you gon' be saved, ain't no stopping. But you can call me a top, I'm in the top 10. Preacher cry loud like a cymbal. Gotta let that weight in the single. At the end, Lala send with that bingo. But then you can fun with my kinfolk.
Send it go. Tryna get that roof up, gotcha. Send it go. Tryna get that roof up, gotcha. Send it go. Tryna get that roof up, gotcha. Send it go. Send it go. Send it go. Tryna get that roof up, gotcha. Send it go. Tryna get that roof up, gotcha. Send it go. Tryna get that roof up, gotcha. Send it go. Send it go.
You can find me at the sun again. To the day I go to be with the sun again. I will done shine, so gonna run again. You can't comprehend the mouth, so you dumb again. The way of y'all sending God just like refuse. But you're on the outside like some refuse. If I had your spot, I'd be pressed too. You an experiment, nothing but a test tube. And if you Christian, you irrelevant. Don't give a F about your Jesus like a celibate. You try to hold us captive, but them change rent. Preacher teachers that own it, no time to change rent. You don't agree with a mouse, so we can walk together. I'll be with the Yahoo team, you can check my schedule. If you ain't hear me, you can play that back. But let me take a time to tell you where I be at. Kamashi, Shabayi, at least 3 of the Muhadi. The synagogue is where I be. Don't call my phone, don't bother me. Kamashi, Shabayi, at least 3 of the Muhadi. The synagogue is where I be. Don't call my phone, don't bother me.
Send it go. Tryna get that roof up, gotcha. Send it go. Tryna get that roof up, gotcha. Send it go. Tryna get that roof up, gotcha. Send it go. Send it go. Send it go. Tryna get that roof up, gotcha. Send it go. Tryna get that roof up, gotcha. Send it go. Tryna get that roof up, gotcha. Send it go. Send it go.
Kamashi, Shabayi, at least 3 of the Muhadi. The synagogue is where I be. Don't call my phone, don't bother me. Kamashi, Shabayi, at least 3 of the Muhadi. The synagogue is where I be. Don't call my phone, don't bother me.
Trouble in your way, feeling like you can't make it. Put your trust in your Hoover and exercise your patience. Stormy days gon' come, the day after the night. Put your trust in your Hoover and it'll be alright. Trouble in your way, feeling like you can't make it. Put your trust in your Hoover and exercise your patience. Stormy days gon' come, but the day after the night. Put your trust in your Hoover and it'll be alright.
Sometimes when you're going through, yeah, it's gonna be some pain. But if you're gonna grow, you're gonna need sunshine and rain. So whenever you're going through, yeah, I know it might get hard. But all you gotta do is put your trust in your heart. Alright, alright. Sing it with me, y'all. Everything will be alright. Sing it with me, y'all. If you know it's gotta be, sometimes when you're going through, yeah, it's gonna be some pain, but if you're gonna grow, you're gonna need sunshine and rain. Whenever you're going through, yeah, I know it might get hard, but I tell you all you gotta do is put your trust in your heart. Yeah, oh, put your trust in Him. I said I know all you gotta do. Yeah, put your trust in Him. And I know that it's gonna be alright. Said it's gonna be, yeah, alright. Yeah, sing it with me, y'all. If you know, you say will be, yeah.
Trouble in your way, feeling like you can't make it. Put your trust in your Hoover and exercise your patience. Stormy days gon' come, the day after the night. Put your trust in your Hoover and it'll be alright. Trouble in your way, feeling like you can make it. Put your trust in your Hoover and exercise your patience. Stormy days gon' come, but the day after the night. Put your trust in your Hoover and it'll be alright.
Sometimes when you're going through, yeah, it's gonna be some pain. But if you're gonna grow, you're gonna need sunshine and rain. So whenever you're going through, yeah, I know it might get hard, but all you gotta do is put your trust in your heart. Sing, said I know all you gotta do. Yeah, put your trust in Him. And I know that it's gonna be alright. That it's gonna be alright.
Yeah.
that you told me, you gon' always be there for me. It's more than just your words, because you constantly show me you're closer than a brother. I believe it cause you told me, not enough to call you friend, but you're my day one homie. It's the way that you told me, you gon' always be there for me. It's more than just your words, because you constantly show me you're closer than a brother. I believe it cause you told me, not enough to call you friend, cause you're my day one homie. From day one, all you shown was consistency. Still trying to figure out what made you consider me. Without you, I know I wouldn't make it. Everybody knows, so ain't no point in trying to fake it. Let me be clear why I'm saying this. If you don't understand what I'm saying is, you're who she is, the door, the approval I'm fighting for. But more than friend, cause this is a relationship. FG, you're right on the ship, you gon' be sinking. We done all been a lot of things, but truth make you transition. The bark of a cricket love, it's time to change your thinking. In the time of an eye, twinkle just like if you were blinking. If you need your who should help me say yeah. If you need a friend, help me say yeah, yeah. If you need your who should help me say yeah. If you need a friend, help me say yeah, yeah. It's the way that you told me, you gon' always be there for me. It's more than just your words, because you constantly show me you're closer than a brother. I believe it cause you told me, not enough to call you friend, you're my day one homie. The way that you told me, you gon' always be there for me. It's more than just your words, because you constantly show me you're closer than a brother. I believe it cause you told me, not enough to call you friend, you're my day one homie. When I should've been dead and gone alone with Lynn, you was your hop and she up was the man that he said. They hung him up high and his clothes was red. You can ask for dispensation, Kim will tell you it's been. What greater heart have a man than this? I'm not ashamed to be a knocky, but call me your friend. Only one way to y'all, and that way is him. They could try to tell us all it's all about the thing. When there's problems with my wife, I can count on you. In that time I need advice, I can count on you. Anything that come with life, I can count on you. I know I will be alright, cause I can count on you. When there's problems with my wife, I can count on you. Anytime I need advice, I can count on you. Anything that come with life, I can count on you. I know I will be alright, cause I can count on you. It's the way that you told me, you gon' always be there for me. It's more than just your words, because you constantly show me you're closer than a brother. I believe it cause you told me, not enough to call you friend, you're my day one homie. It's the way that you told me, you gon' always be there for me. It's more than just your words, because you constantly show me you're closer than a brother. I believe it cause you told me, not enough to call you friend, you're my day one homie.
No weapon formed against me should prosper because I got mine. Pray my soul go with you, who the day is my time. Today is my time. Pray my soul go with him, today is my time. Today is my time. No weapon formed against me should prosper because I got mine. Pray my soul go with you, who the day is my time. Today is my time. Pray my soul go with him, today is my time. Today is my time. The weapons of our warfare not carnal but strong through Elohim, to pulling down strongholds like Shimshon with Philistines. Through Yahuwah I'm rich, but they wanna take my wealth. So as I did times before, I gotta go and shake myself. You think his strength came from his head, you only scratch the surface. You see it came through his obedience if you stop and focus. I didn't get this on my own, this ain't no boast to me. Get you with each one of your eyes and tell me what you see. Yeah, I may tote a pistol, but I got artillery, armed with the same mind as other East of Elohim. We all got the same comfort, that comfort kiss the bigger whatsoever need. Cause I forward for my learning. Yes, I'm learning that the scripture ain't just made for me to quote them, but it gotta be inside like DNA, so I'm encoding. So when my youth come to finally stop and take my death, I can hear you who will say, well done, soldier, take your rest. No weapon formed against me should prosper because I got mine. Pray my soul go with you, who the day is my time. Today is my time. Pray my soul go with him, today is my time.
Today is my time.
No weapon formed against me, you prosper. And I ain't talking 9 milli over literal chopper. Nigga, just stop it. Yo, Hootie, the dream team. He want me kicked off the roster. That's Satan, the great dragon. I gotta go kill this monster. Cause me and him be battling. Try and get in my conscience and turn me away from y'all. To say his mission accomplished. Cause this time it's running short here. And I know we getting more scared. So I fight his demons with obedience and more prayer. Still I keep the sword near, right along with that armor. But I know my weapons aren't gonna be carnal to win this warfare. They mighty through Yahuwah, cause in the end I look to be with him a troop way better than Hawaii and Aruba. Imagine you staring down the barrel, right up on your shooter. Delete you using a finger, like he typing on computers. Kill you in cold blood that you die. But in the future the heritage of his people will rise up to see your shine.
No weapon formed against me should prosper because I got mine. Pray my soul go with Yahuwah, the day is my time.
Today is my time. Pray my soul go with him. Today is my time. Today is my time.
No weapon formed against me should prosper because I got mine. Pray my soul go with Yahuwah, the day is my time.
Today is my time. Pray my soul go with him. Today is my time. Today is my time.
Say Yahusha's on the main line. Tell them what you want. I say Yahusha's on the main line. Tell them what you want. Yahusha's on the main line, so call him up. That call is long distance, so you best make sure you got enough. So your call won't get declined, you won't get a second time. There's a lot of folks that's waiting, I suggest you get in line. Look, you sitting there, it's bad enough. Why you keep standing like this when they mad enough? He gon' bring you up as soon as he mad enough. But you think this is the game, so keep laughing. I can only speak for me, cause I don't know nothing about y'all. But I gotta make sure I live circumspect so I can answer when he call. If there's problems in your marriage, you can call him up. Whether you're going through right now or had to give him up. And if there's problems in your finances, just call him up. Cause if he can give you Shamayim, then surely money is an easy thing. Yahusha's on the main line, so no matter what your problem is, could be your family, could be your health, but all your healing is in him. But make sure before you call that your lifestyle is in check. Cause if not, when you make that call, he gon' hit reject. Say Yahusha's on the main line. Tell him what you want. I say Yahusha's on the main line. Tell him what you want. Yahusha's on the main line. Tell him what you want. I say Yahusha's on the main line. Tell him what you want.
Yahusha on the main line. Call him up, tell him what you want. Is it that Ruach HaKodesh? Bless you, go and tell him up front, cause he ain't got time for the games and shit. He looking for a marriage, not a fling, it's a relationship. The road to Qatar is broad but narrow, is that way to him. So you ought to be careful choosing sides and know what lane you pick. You in the HOV, I'm in the right, maintaining speed. No cocaine and weed, amazingly how we were chose before the Arabs became the beat. So if I take the lead, it wasn't I, it was ordained by he. Don't be mad, it gotta just be the way it is. Say la vie, wait and see on how this tree will grow. My Aki be patient. He called me out of the soil and I rose up to the occasion. Chosen out of the nations, Yahuwah molded us and made us to cry out and call on the before a phone was created. Yahusha HaMashiach, my hope through this tribulation. He calling me through a text, I got that notification.
Say Yahusha's on the main line. Tell him what you want. I say Yahusha's on the main line. Tell him what you want. Yahusha's on the main line. Tell him what you want. I say Yahusha's on the main line.
As I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I should fear no evil cause I know you who is my help.
Guide my steps, keep right, won't turn left. On this road that I'm on till I'm laid to rest.
As I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I should fear no evil cause I know you who is my help.
Guide my steps, keep right, won't turn left. On this road that I'm on till I'm laid